fucking fucked.
Are you frostbitten? Well, drink Geek Grind Coffee with the special Nerdrotic All Hail Private Blend. GeekGrindCoffee.com for all that ails you. Use discount code Nerdrotic.
You ever wake up in the morning and think you just want to burn it all to the ground? And what I mean?
Oh, shut your bloody trap, woman!
I had a friend. He was a close friend. His nickname was Ballsack. Why?
That shit! Fuck! That is bullshit! Stuck my penis in your vargu, then, you know, had some after coitus.
Nice.
What the fuck?
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Shit, I'm out.
Hello, do you have cock? Remember cock?
The penis.
Yes, it was cock. It's cock actually, right? It's in English. Please give me cock. Simple.
No.
You're gonna have to put it in my ass.
Okay.
Like, ooh woo. Is that what you're looking for? You fucking freaks. What the fuck? Stop it! Get away from me!
We are starting well. You guys didn't
Oh my
hear it.
goodness.
Coming in
It
hot
sounded
tonight.
like Samuel L. Jackson about
Coming
the Snakes
in
on a Plane movie. Another animal.
Ryan might have told the best joke he's ever told on FNT, and I'm glad you were not live to hear it.
I'm glad you didn't hear it.
Very spicy. I was strategic about that one.
I would have had to pull the show and put it behind a paywall on my website. Oh, I don't have that. Never mind.
Shout out to Tim Cast.
Oh.
I had fun with that one, man.
Yeah,
I
you
had fun
did.
with that
Yeah,
one.
you did.
No.
Hey, greet. Oh,
Hey.
look, she's here. We're live, Lauren. Just so you know, we're live.
Yes.
Don't say any gamer
Sorry,
words.
guys.
No gamer
I
words.
have-
Gamer words.
You know what you
Hey,
like,
I'm
Lauren.
so
We know
sorry,
what you
guys.
like.
Wait a minute.
That's okay.
Wait.
I have a new camera and I get a lot of crap for it not being in focus. So I'm like I have like an automatic like remote program that's supposed to let me control it, and I semi know how it works. But hopefully I'm here and in focus now.
I get a lot of crap for having my camera in focus.
Well,
That's right. Yeah,
I got to start by saying I'm like really confused right now because I cannot tell the difference between Lauren and X-Ray Girl. I'm like, don't have them next to each other. I'm going to be referring to the wrong person for the whole show. Damn it.
You guys,
Lauren, how you
you
doing?
guys have met my toddler Riley. You'll know she has like pretty bad stranger danger. But when she met X-Ray Girl, she was totally fine. And Ryan was so happy, right? Yeah. Part of me was like, maybe she actually does think this is just like a second me.
And then she looks at me and she just immediately starts fucking crying. It's like, it's like Riley, I'm not gonna knock you out in the middle of the street. You shouldn't be scared of me. Like, calm down.
little holdover from the earlier joke.
Yeah.
Welcome to Friday Night Tights, everybody. We were on time tonight.
That's why you threw Lauren off. She's like, wait, these guys are on time. They're usually 30 minutes late. I thought I had plenty of time to get there.
I know. I thought I had more buffer room.
As Ryan said earlier, after episode 300, it's time to get serious. Okay,
Yeah.
Time to buckle down, turn to new leaf, all that stuff. Hi, everybody.
That's absolute fucking bullshit. You have a hard out today, so you're starting on fucking time.
Yes. No lies detected.
And then you want to fucking wrap it up in all of this. We're doing it for you, fucking shite.
How do the kids do the heart now?
Unbelievable.
Oh, man. Good stuff.
Hi, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers.
Hi, Gary from Nerdrotic. I am happy to be here. There's a lot to talk about. Not that I'm going to know anything about the shit Gary wants to talk about, because I'm focused on gaming. And I know Will Kane thinks Gary is the biggest gamer on the internet. But
Will knows what's up.
Dude, he actually owned it too on Twitter. It was so great. And then he did a reaction on his channel, like about a response to having you on. I don't know if you saw that. It showed up on my feed. But Will Kane's a good dude. But
Hail, Will Kane. You gotta get him on
Friday
this show.
Night Tights is here. Yes, that would be awesome if we got Will Kane on the show. I've been watching him for a long time. But yeah, let's get this party started. Happy to be here. Episode 301. It's time to get serious. We're actually going to be organized for the first time ever.
I doubt it.
Time to get serious.
That ain't happening. That ain't happening.
No.
But yeah, hail.
Hail. As.
I've said what I needed to say.
Okay. Okay. Hi, Ryan. How's it going? Hard RK Outpost.
Yeah. I feel like you're trying to make that one stick, and it just might happen. But no, I'm doing good. I literally just walked in the house from watching Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Movie's a little long. I'm kind of getting tired of these movies, I think, at this point. But yeah, we'll talk about it later. I'm doing good, though.
That's a good super chat. Sorry. Somebody said, hey, Gary. Gee, Gary, your mom lets you have 2 X-ray girls. Shad, hello.
Hey, Gary. Hey, you know, someone posted like a summary in maybe celebration for the 300 FNT, and that means I got to see how many FNTs I've been part of. I'm almost up to 100 myself. Holy crap, I had no idea I was here for so long.
Jeez.
Maybe that's why I'm so retarded these days.
Oh, you were retarded before.
Yeah, you were. Don't sell yourself short, everybody. You belong.
None of us have gotten smarter since we started FNT.
No.
It's only gotten worse.
Yep.
No, I'm good, and Planet of the Apes was boring as hell. That's my take.
I haven't seen it. I'm sad to hear that because I really like these movies.
Yeah, I did too.
Me too.
I don't
the
think it
response
was
is not great though.
I don't think it was bad. It's just
not horrible. No,
it's not horrible. It's just kind of like we'll talk about it when we talk.
Yeah, we will.
Let's let intros get.
Quarter Black Garrett.
Yo, I did not watch Planet of the Apes, Dawn Kingdom, whatever the hell
of the Planet of the Apes.
Because I was working on a video that we're going to release this weekend about Marvel admitting failure again. In fact, I had to rename the file structure because we already had a video called Marvel Admits Failure.
So we have to put again on it. Yeah.
Again.
So
that was good, Schadenfreude.
I don't even care when I make like a LeBron James sucks videos, like what I'll title it when I export it, it'll be like LeBron James sucks 12.
That's good.
It's fine.
Maybe we should start. Nah, I've got a good title
I thought
for
it was
it.
P. Diddy that sucked 12.
Yeah, well, a lot more than that.
Hey,
probably.
save it for the gay black rappers segment. Okay.
You're getting confused. Yeah, he sucked more than 12 people, but he starts sucking them at 12.
At 12.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I was thinking 12 inches.
Yeah. Ooh.
It's
No,
12
they haven't grown yet.
years old.
Welcome to demonetization.
Hi. We were doing so good.
AI.
We had 2 weeks in a row. We had 2 weeks in a row. Scheiße. Oh, well.
Where nobody cares about Diddy.
And then
He's
you
in the
speak
clear.
German?
He's good.
Jeez.
Is he? Okay. Speaking of Diddy, what's up, Odin?
Oh.
Wow.
Damn.
We found him. We found him. We found him. We found Odin. I think he showed up for 5 minutes
because
last week.
Yeah, after having waited an hour in the chat, literally like, hey guys, I'm so happy to be here. This is so awesome. Oh wait, now I get to be
Let
on.
me just
now I have
think.
to
Odin,
leave.
Gina Carano.
Yes.
Odin, Gina Carano.
And it was a sacrifice well worth making.
Gina Carano said more in that fucking last FNT than you have in 6 years.
Man, when you invite someone to talk, imagine what you can do. Seriously, it's amazing what happens.
Fucking speak!
It's too hard
What
to
are you
talk
talking
when you're
about
talking all
invite?
the damn time, Az.
This is FNT Odin. I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you gone over the box
I'm
office
excited.
For Planet of the Apes? Have you gone over the box office for Planet of the Apes? Because
Oh,
my
yeah, it's
theater
gonna-
was empty, dude. Empty.
Yeah, it's going to be the lowest opening in the recent franchise history. What's kind of amazing to me? 2001, Planet of the Apes. When you adjust for inflation, $118 million opening weekend. This one's looking at $40 to $45 million.
Wow.
opening
That
weekend.
one actually had some. There was a lot of hype around that one.
Yeah,
when it
tons.
came
Absolutely.
out. There was a lot of hype.
For
There's
ticket
actually-
sales.
It felt like there was more hype around that one than any of these more recent ones. Even though I love
Yeah.
these recent ones, that one had a lot of hype around.
You
it.
had Tim Burton from the 90s going into it.
And Tim
Mark
Burton
Wahlberg.
Tim Burton actually had a lot of
Wahlberg.
credibility back then. His name carried a lot of weight.
Yeah. The effects were done very, very well.
For ticket sales, it's going to be half of what the last Planet of the Apes film did.
Wow.
6 million tickets sold for that one. This one's looking at 3 for the opening weekend.
What was the budget?
That's called the Disney effect, I believe.
Yes.
Yes. Hey, 2001 Planet of the Apes. 2 good things came out of it. A great soundtrack by Danny Elfman, great theme, and Tim Roth, best performance in a bad movie. He freaking ruled in that movie. So
he murdered that.
I don't hate that movie.
I don't
It's
either.
not great, but I don't hate it.
It's got a special place in
I
my heart.
always liked it growing
Yeah.
up, and I was kind of shocked when I found out that it was pretty polarizing. I was like, "What? That's a classic, Marky Mark."
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like that one. I didn't particularly
I
like
really
that
liked
one.
Mark Wahlberg's performance in The Happening. That's my
What?
favorite role of his. That movie was awesome. I'm just kidding.
No, man, you're not.
No. Are you guys apes around here? No.
That would have made this movie more entertaining.
The Happening. Holy crap.
We
what a
must be
bad
some
movie.
sort of Planet of the Apes.
There's apes on a planet. It's like a
Planet of the Apes. All right. Well,
Is that a king?
looks directly into the camera.
Because I'm hearing all this like good preview night, and then I go to my theater, like all the people from LA, you can't listen to them. Every fucking movie sells out in LA. It's the home field advantage. If you're in Burbank or the AMC Burbank, that shit's packed all the time. It's your neighborhood suburban theater. That's where you can get a good gauge. And we had 2 other people in our theater for, I mean, it's an earlier show. You would expect to be 10, 12 people. It was 4. So it's not, yeah, we'll find out. I just think they're charging more money to fewer people. That's kind of like what they did with comics, right? Az?
Yeah. We nearly got a tic-tac-toe of Asian people.
I could call my
Are
son.
you
in.
Asian from
you might
the
need
waist
to
down?
I could call my
Anybody else
son
got a
in. Yeah.
percentage?
If Perry Chan would
Perry.
come on.
I could just get my boy.
Bring
He's
Tifa
right over
in,
there. Yeah.
Az.
Yeah. I don't have
there
a
he
Tifa
is.
to hand.
Now I forgot who. Hi, comics.
You're
Hi, Gary.
He's kind of Asian, I guess.
Not even close. Yeah, I'm looking forward to putting a torch to this movie.
Yeah, it's well, I don't know if we're gonna be able to talk about it very long because it's just boring. It's just fucking boring. There's other stuff to
It
talk about.
reminded me a lot of was that 10,000 BC with the
Yes.
It was just kind of like dirty people like spirit questing a lot of the time.
Yeah,
not that that's bad.
You ever seen Quest for Fire? Anybody ever here seen Quest for Fire?
Well, my favorite part is that in this movie, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, the actual plot is for the fucking apes to loot something that isn't theirs. Like, that's the actual plot of this fucking movie.
It's true.
Wow, Ryan.
It's true.
That's what the movie
It was a giant target they were going to.
Pretty much.
Oh my god.
And if you thought that
was bad,
they're currently talking about apes.
What Ryan said.
Yeah, the one before the show was worse. Oh, Jesus.
Or better, depending on your perspective.
Yeah. No.
Is this a good time to remind everybody we have a black friend named Eric?
No,
yeah, he just dropped a song. Go listen to it.
That Lauren isn't
And
associated with the show at all.
This is kidnapped. Listen to me. I blame Disney. This is a Disney thing. Like, what are we talking about here? This is the first Planet of the Apes we've had since Disney bought 20th Century Fox, by the way. So, and it's going to end up being the worst performing one. Not a surprise.
Yeah, it has a girl the key to everything.
Oh, yeah, plays the girl who's the key to everything. Siri, where's Siri? Siri,
where is she?
Where is she?
Siri. Is the whole Elon thing true? They said like
no.
That's
why I didn't run with it. That's why I didn't run with it.
That's a clickbait fucking bullshit thing from a post on Facebook that has like 11 likes. It's literally nothing.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's total bullshit.
Yeah, because I saw it and I'm like, video time, and then I was looking at it. I was like, I don't know if this doesn't seem legit. But I was about to put like Elon's face all like with red lasers on it. I was ready to go clickbait on it myself. But
no.
Yeah, I personally am against clickbait. I think that anybody that puts anything on the internet that's with the intent to make you click on it is a terrible person. I would never do that. And so the internet
the only
really
connection, and like this is a stretch. The only connection is the Proximus Caesar wants to get into a vault to evolve faster. So maybe like Neuralink. I don't know what the fuck they would be talking about.
Yeah, he basically just wants. He's like, hey, I heard humans like could do all these things. I want to learn to do what humans could do.
Yep,
that's his thing.
He had a song about that in a Disney movie.
And for people in the chat asking, there was a story going around that the villain was based on Elon Musk. There was a couple of these
a story being like one retard screenshot. It was like, oh my god, can you believe this? Yeah.
And then I think like the Hollywood Handle put the story out there, and everybody was
there you go.
That
handles that. That's it right there.
And maybe Discussing Film might have mentioned it, but they have me blocked, so I don't know. They can go fuck themselves.
They have me blocked too.
They have a lot of people blocked. They have a lot of people blocked.
They have my old account that got banned, Hot Toys, blocked. But when I got this one back, I'm not blocked.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not blocked by Alyssa Mercanti. So
really, I am.
Everybody is except for me.
Because you're not a gamer.
No, it's because I'm the best gamer. She has to follow me, whether she likes it or not.
Oh my god!
That's what I
He
told
was brought
myself.
to Fox News to talk about his gaming skills.
Yeah.
He's got episodic breakdowns of Gamergate, everybody. Shout out to Will
I
Kane.
still explained it better than most people.
He did. You actually did.
Basically,
I watched everybody's videos.
The actor who plays him looks a little bit like Elon, and sometimes gets like recognized or like mistaken for him. Like that's where that entire
He played
story
Blob
kind of
in Jeremy's favorite movie, Wolverine Origins. He played Blob, right? So that's the
X-Men
same actor.
Origins. Yeah.
X-Men Origins.
That guy disappeared for like 10 years.
I like that movie. I'm one of the only people that do.
Yeah. You know what? Lauren Chen doesn't like that movie because she's smart. Hi, Lauren Chen. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me back. It's good to be here.
I apologize in advance. That's all I can say.
In advance.
And if I
I was
already
thinking,
been going for 20 minutes.
I was thinking, man, I gotta watch this movie. I've got to get it on because we're gonna talk about it. Meanwhile, quarterback Garrett's like, I'm not gonna do my homework.
I was working.
That's right. That is, yeah, you're kind of pushing back on the stereotype then, so it's kind of tough to know what. Either you didn't do what you're supposed to do, or you're working harder than you were supposed to. So whatever.
Yeah.
Lose.
Caught in the middle.
Caught in the middle.
Cotton.
I'm not.
Cotton.
That's what I heard too.
The real X-ray girl
Right,
comes
rice
out.
fields.
You guys thought she wasn't Asian enough.
Well, now she is.
Oh gosh.
I guess as people are coming in, we could talk about Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which I just saw this morning. Okay, so first world problems. My app wasn't working, so my ticket thing didn't come up for Regal. They took care of it. And the guy's like, I'm like, gosh, I'm going to be late. He's all, oh, you're not going to be late. There's a half an hour of commercials and trailers. You're fine.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it's like
for
at
real.
AMC too with the new releases. It's literally 30 minutes.
Yeah, Cinemark is the same way. It's
and
like
now
30 minutes is ridiculous.
The thing that's pissing me off now too, not only do I have to sit through, half the trailers that I'm interested in, the other half that I don't give a shit about. Now they're actually playing fucking commercials. There was a damn makeup commercial before mine. And I'm like, God, these people are really desperate.
Hang on.
For money. And why
I
would
just
you
show
be?
up late now. I don't worry about that anymore.
You guys are only getting commercials. We've had freaking commercials in my entire lifetime.
The commercials, you had like Coke commercials back in the 90s, but that was really about it.
Commercials after the trailer or before the trailer? Because that's been around for a long time.
Before and after now.
That's been around for years now.
Before and after.
It fucking
now.
sucks.
I'm talking about commercials. Like for me, I'm not used to seeing commercials for things that have nothing to do. Yeah, I might see a fucking commercial for like the
Coke.
food.
Coke.
Like to go get a Coke while you watch the movie. I'm talking about fucking makeup or beauty commercials. Commercials you would see like in the middle of a sports game or on TV, like in between trailers and shit. I'm not used to that at all.
Well, I think it shows just how bad things are in theaters at this point.
Yeah, it tells you that theaters are fucking selling those spots to people because they can't make enough money from people going to the movie theater right now.
Yeah.
In the UK though,
You've always had them.
Yeah, it says start time like 12, but the movie doesn't start till 12:30. We get 15 minutes of adverts and then 15 minutes of trailers. Then the movie starts. That's how it's been in the UK.
The 15 minutes used to be before the start time. So you'd have 15 minutes before the start time, then start time, then 15 minutes of trailers into the movie.
So then the movie starts at like 12:15, but now it's like if it's supposed to start at 12, it starts at 12:30, which is crazy because like I always have to like get a sitter, find someone to watch Riley if I'm going to a movie, but it's like this is a 2.5 hour movie and then 30 minutes of trailers and then like 30 minutes there and back. So it's like a 4-hour thing to see this movie.
No wonder there's nobody in theaters now.
We're awful. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's a 2.5 hour movie, and it doesn't need to be a 2.5 hour movie. Hour 45 tops with credits.
No. This is a 90-minute movie. This is a 90-minute movie. Fuck all happened, mate.
You're right. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to argue.
You're right.
You can take 45 minutes off. I'm good. I will compromise.
Just remove all the human stuff, and the movie's perfect.
I'm planning on seeing it this weekend, but like I don't care if it gets spoiled or whatever. But like, where does it rank with the others? Like, where do you guys in terms of like?
Okay,
it's irrelevant.
The
newer ones.
I got to get nerd on. Yeah, I got to be specific of which others.
So since the James Franco one is what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
So between Rise, Dawn, War, and this one, I think this one's the worst.
I agree.
Easily the worst.
Yep.
Wow. There was really no fucking point to this movie. And you said there's too much humans or not enough humans? What was
I don't think there's no, there's fucking none of them. What are you talking about?
The one like an hour and a half, barely any humans.
There's one human, and she was a boring, disinterested character that tried to kill everyone in the end. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm kind of on her side. Fuck those guys. But there was two humans with speaking roles. And one of them didn't show up till an hour and a half into the movie.
The only white guy, and he was bad. Just had to point that out.
And he got fucking killed and thrown.
Okay. He gets, what's her name? Freya, whatever.
Her name's May.
No, the actress's name. There's no way. I know William H. Mace, William, whatever the fuck his name is.
William H. Emaciated, yeah.
Emaciated. He is emaciated, but there's no way she's choking him out in like 10 seconds and killing him. There's just no way.
I mean,
that was so stupid.
The guy couldn't even walk.
He could use his head. She chokes him with those little pencil arms. With those little pencil arms, she chokes him. Bullshit.
The plot of the movie, Jeremy,
I believe in talking apes before I believe that.
The plot of the movie is there's a sect, a clan of apes that are pretty peaceful. They like raise eagles and help them hunt and like stuff like that. They're just kind of chilling. And you get a little bit of their lifestyle for the first like 20 minutes in the movie. Then this other sect of apes comes and they find out that this human was at this clan's place. They come, they burn, they torch the thing to the ground and enslave all the apes there. The one surviving ape like sets out to try to save his clan. He finds some orangutan or orangutan, as you would pronounce it. He finds some orangutan that remembers the time of Caesar and what Caesar had planned, how Caesar wanted to coexist with humans and all this shit. That's all gone downhill. Now all the humans have basically died out. But there's the one human that's kind of following them. Ends up, she can talk. They save her. They're going to travel together. The fucking bad apes kidnap her. Turns out they want her help to open this big fucking... essentially
vault.
this bunker that was created by humans probably as civilization was coming crashing down with a bunch of military technology, a bunch of people lived, and the fucking ape who's Proximus Caesar, who's like obsessed with learning about human history and wants to evolve in the way that humans did. He wants her to help open the fucking thing. They decide, no, we can't let him in. They go and they get the data that she needs to help save the fucking human race, supposedly in some secret. And they were going to fucking destroy it. Turns out that a bunch of apes are going to be killed in the process. She says, fuck it, I don't care. She blows it up. Water comes crashing into the thing. All the bad apes happen to die. All the good apes who were enslaved happen to still survive. And they go back, rebuild their clan. She delivers that shit to the humans.
Eagles save them, by the way.
The eagles save them at the end, which was a whole plot line. And then she goes back to another human, like people in a bunker that's full of women. There's like two dudes there. The rest of them are basically just women, and that is the way to communicate with
Diverse
other
women.
settlements around. Is kind of the way for the humans to reestablish communication with everybody, and that's the end of the movie.
Don't we know that they don't reestablish?
Well, and apes, yeah.
And so no men are alive. Like,
there are a couple,
well,
like I said. There's like a handful of men in that bunker, but it's predominantly women for some reason.
Yeah.
That is your fucking 90-second explanation of this movie.
That's the whole movie.
That's
and
the whole
way
movie.
Too long. And there are some really dumb things in it. There's this giant, massive vault door that you expect that's going to be really hard to get through. No, it's going to be super easy, barely an inconvenience. They just there's a back door, and they walk in, and it's like, okay.
They could have figured out during that time period to climb up the rock to get in through the top.
Yeah,
like
no one
that
did
was
any
so
scouting.
stupid.
No one scouted the area and found
Yeah.
out that there's just an open vent that you can walk in and suddenly you're inside this huge, massive vault. It's retarded. And like, I don't know about you guys, but when I think I want to make a vault, I'm going to put it right in front of the seashore. So whenever I open it up, the water will just dive in and you have to make a friggin' dam to block it off. And by the way, it wasn't the seashore like changing the sea line over time because there's literally like, derelict cargo ships there, which indicates that was the sea line when the humans were around. So that's not it. And I was not invested at all. Like these apes, right? They're not even trying to save themselves. They're at the end. They're completely outnumbering Caesar. They could have easily just destroyed him. He's like one guy, 100 other apes, and they're just standing around. No, we'll let him enslave us. It's like, okay, you guys don't care about saving yourselves, so I don't give a crap about if you save yourselves. You can all die. You're all useless. And then, they start singing and eagles come and save him. It was boring and useless.
That is kind of, they're going for like the stereotypical, like it's like fucking ants, right? where like, hey, if enough of us stand up to this one person, we can like get this bully, and that was their way of standing up with the whole eagle thing.
Bug's Life's better.
Bug's Life, yeah.
Bug's Life's better. But
yeah,
that's
they tried.
here nor there.
There was a lot of member berries for if you're an OG Planet of the Apes fan. From the Charlton Heston one. They even have some musical callbacks. They capture the humans with nets. There's the human skins, so there's some of that stuff there, but it doesn't help. And they're trying to bring it into the, even though the Icarus was in Dawn, by the way.
It was,
It was in Dawn. But apparently that's not going to be a thing. So it was just, it was a group of, it was a group of amazing Maybe this timeline had it right. They put a bunch of women in STEM, and they were the ones who survived. All these lesbians from Silicon Valley somehow managed to survive 300 years, and they sent a skinny.
They died the next generation.
No. Then they sent a model out to go and find a really important a sat nav card, and she did it. So there you go.
Well, now, is the virus still a threat? What,
Huh?
like,
To
is the
humans?
virus a problem?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. That's why. So they even in literally the introduction they showed you what the virus did, and that for the humans that were affected by it, they basically got fucking retarded. And that's probably why you saw that woman wearing the hazmat suit.
Yeah. So the ones who were immune, the ones who were immune, it eventually through time affected the intelligence, and they just became feral. So humans become feral. They did explain that.
So, but the main girl, she was just immune because specialness.
They found a bunch of women in STEM and a bunker, and somehow they procreated. They had their male breeder in there and survived somehow.
Lauren, where did this one rank for you on out of the newer Planet of the Apes movies?
Okay, so I've seen 2001 Marky Mark. I saw the first one with James Franco. Then I realized, you know what? I actually hate apes. I don't like these movies. So I didn't actually watch 2 and 3, which turned out to be okay for the purposes of this film because you didn't really have anything to do with it. I thought it was okay. I just thought it was really, really slow. It did not need to be 2.5 hours long, and I did not see a point to it. Like, I'm not waiting for the next one thinking, oh man, I wonder what the science lesbians are gonna do now. No, I don't care.
I think once we lost like the connection to Caesar, like with everything, I feel like that's what's missing. And they tried to talk about his legacy and stuff like that, but I feel like once you lose that character, it's a little bit less interesting.
Well, I think the issue at this point, I feel like we're basically seeing what we've seen in the previous films at this point. There's no leap forward. It's either you end it with those 3 movies, or you take it to the Planet of the Apes, like from the original movie.
Which they trying
to do a bridge.
There was so much producer notes in this, like that whole action ending. The whole point of Planet of the Apes, it's based on a French book from the early 60s, and it's like a Twilight Zone. It's supposed to be the big twist at the end, like we did it to ourselves, and it was so great, and it didn't need a prequel. None of these fucking movies needed to exist. They're fine. They're fine, but none of them needed to exist at all.
Yeah, I mean, I'll agree
first
with you
one's
on
the
that.
greatest.
I think Rod Serling, didn't he write the original movie?
Rod Serling.
Sorry, Rod Serling.
He wrote a script treatment, yes.
Okay.
It got rewritten, but
the original, the greatest ending ever. You maniacs!
Yeah.
You blew it up!
Yeah,
Damn you!
I very much enjoy all. I enjoy
Damn
all 3 of these more recent ones. Dawn is the best. Dawn is the best.
Caesar trilogy is good.
Dawn is the best of the new ones by far.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Dawn is
That's
fantastic.
the first.
That's the second one. Dawn is the second one. Yeah.
Rise, Dawn, War.
Dawn is the one with like Gary Oldman, right?
Gary Oldman and Jason. What's his name? Jason something. Is it Patrick? Whoever the other guy is. But I actually thought that humans, as much as I love Gary Oldman, I actually thought the humans were the weakest part of Dawn.
Yes.
That was the only thing I didn't enjoy about that movie. But yeah, I'm sad that this one's not good. But like, I think Ryan's got, without having Caesar and having that focus, that center.
The main character,
is Andy Serkis even involved with this one at all? Like, not acting, but he's still
no. But like the main character Noah's fine. Like you could have followed him around.
And Dawn, Jason Clark's his name. Jason Clark.
Yeah, they tried to make him a star for a couple of years, and then he wasn't. But the main character Noah's fine, and the special effects are pretty good. Like they're pretty
Those
good.
are good.
The budget, Odin. What's the budget on this?
160 to 165 is right now the early estimates.
They're better than any fucking Marvel special effects.
Seriously,
like, by leaps and bounds. Leaps and bounds.
Hands down.
Yeah, it looks like monkeys talking. Great. That's fucking wonderful. Give yourself a McDonald's gold star. The fucking story is boring as fuck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nothing fucking happens in this film. It's just, village gets attacked. Monkey gets walks because he's going to take his revenge on a whole fucking city, apparently. Gets captured, gets taken to city. Proximus Caesar is like, I'm a bad guy. And then a white guy comes in and goes, I'm a bad guy, but that little 5 nothing girl's going to kill me, so it's going to be all right. And then he went, we can't get into this vault. but we can. And then they opened the door and they went, ha ha, we're here waiting at the door to get in the vault. All this stuff's ours. And she went, but I got a boomstick first. And then she went, fuck apes. You're all dead. And then the apes went, no, we're drowning. Let's fight each other.
Okay.
And then they went.
She didn't say fuck you all dead, but she did save like the female ape that he loves, and she kind of like felt like she had to do it. But it is the story we've seen all too often in the last decade, the racially ambiguous female hero. You know what I mean?
It's just like I saw her,
dude,
and oh god,
wait, the physics of it.
Fucking woman in every fucking movie I've seen in the last 10 years.
The physics of it, like the ocean, they blew up a dike, for lack of a better term. They blew up a dike.
Tell me more.
Yes.
They blew up a dike, and then the water came in, and all of a sudden it started flooding. But I kind of recall them going up to
exactly.
So like what the hell was
opened up to a cavern that
water
went
line?
upwards, and
it
it's
went
like
up.
He said he tells him to climb, and I'm like, all right, you go up one level and you're fine.
Yeah, you're fine. The water level kept going up for some reason. I don't know.
What's going on?
Like what?
I had so much trouble getting invested in anything in this film. Like the whole intro was a slog. It's like, I don't care about the eggs they get going for. It's a completely alien civilization that they do not manage to humanize well enough for me to get invested in anything. The dad is a bit of an asshole. So when he dies, don't care about the dad. I don't care about the fact that he got his, egg broken. I don't care about his village getting enslaved because I'm not connected to them. They didn't manage to build that bridge. And then that means the whole thing that the film is structured on and what you're supposed to be invested in, him saving his village, not invested, don't care at all. Mm-hmm. And then when she comes along, you don't know what her quest is until the very end. So I did not give a crap about what she's after or anything. And there might have been an interesting film if they actually did focus on her quest, that she was the central character, that she's trying to save humanity. And I could be on board with saving humanity. I reckon, that might be an interesting plot. But that's not revealed at all until the end. And also, she says it's to give humans her voice back. And so I thought, is it going to be a cure to the disease? No, it's just like a communications disc.
The same as the ending of Dawn. Right? The ending of Dawn is like, hey, we're going to contact the military because that's such a good fucking idea. During the post-apocalypse, the military won't come and kill us all and take our resources. Let's call the military.
But the movie would have been so much more interesting if you would have focused on the humans from the start, like what it's like trying to live as a human in this like ape planet. But they chose to do the ape route instead, because I think they still wanted to have a twist with the humans at the end, but is it really worth the twist if it means the rest of your movie is completely boring? Is it worth being like, I wonder what's going on there, like reveal at the end, if it means for 2.5 hours, I was wondering why I'm watching a monkey on the screen when I can't tell the different monkeys from each other, and it makes it really hard to follow.
And I think that was...
I was going to say that,
so you're saying they all look
I'm so glad she said that.
And you say they all look alike, you can't tell them apart.
No, like for real, because we are now out of the stage where they do sign language and they can kind of rudimentary say a couple things here or there. Now they all talk, but they don't talk super great. The
orangutan talked better than the other one.
Yeah, the orangutan was the best character by far.
He was by far.
Jeremy or Gigantin.
When she opened the door at the end, and then the monkey had betrayed them. I was like, wait a minute, isn't that the monkey that's with them?
I know. I know.
Who is that? Who are you?
Was it the mom? Like,
I have no idea.
Mom betrayed them.
That's what I thought too.
In the other Apes
past
movies,
this part of the discussion, or we're gonna go down a very bad road.
It's just a character thing. In the other Ape movies, they put a jacket on guys. They would give them scars. They would do things to like differentiate them.
Or you had the subtitles, and it was like making it very clear, like what their names are and shit like that. You know what I mean? That's the other thing that I felt like I was missing a little bit in this one. But.
Yep.
Well, the other movies did a better job of humanizing the apes as well.
Well, I mean, they gave what's his name, Koba. They gave him a fucking scar because it was to determine who he was. There's a reason that they do those
blind
things
in one eye.
Because
He's
they
the
were
one that looks
recognizing
evil.
that there's probably a difficult time.
Well, dude, they gave him motivation.
certain-
Like he was the one who was tested on the most and the most fucked with in a lab.
He was tortured in the first one. Yeah.
And they did a better job in like choosing different types of apes and to be different characters too, and that helped differentiate. Like the orangutan, that's very easy.
You got
to say,
to suspend a lot of belief. I mean, outside of the talking apes, but like after that, like especially in Dawn, I just rewatched it too. When they're running across the Golden Gate Bridge, and having lived there for 18 years, they just magically ended up in some redwoods like 2 seconds later. I'm like,
oh yeah,
no,
that was in the first right on the other side.
Yeah, that was in the
bridge.
first one because there's the Marin Headlands on the other side. By the way, there's like 1.5 million people up there too, so there'd probably be another police station and some military that would have stopped them on the other side. But they got past that. Then they went another 15 to 20 miles. To get to this little redwood patch that's in Larkspur, right? Because I used to work there. That 76 station from the first one is actually there. So they were pretty accurate about
the distance.
that. Yeah,
yeah.
It's that's the 76 station I stopped
Michael
at
Jordan
work.
meme of Gary with I took that personally.
I took it personally.
They didn't get the geography of San Francisco exactly correct.
I took it personally.
And I took that personally. I do think like when you
80 apes
go back,
like they would have been dead. They would have been fucking dead.
When you remember back to that first one,
R.I.P. Harambe.
It was when he fucking first says no. Like it is pretty fucking impactful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then at the end, Caesar is home, like all that bullshit. Like I'm not a big fan of James Franco as an actor personally, but I like the movie.
Yeah,
and they just got better with the next one. Yeah,
it's fine.
Lithgow.
It's really good.
Lithgow's good in it, but he's always good. That guy's great.
I actually think War was the weakest of the three, but they was still really good. I like Dawn, and then I like Rise, and then I like War.
But I think people have already forgotten about this movie and the amount of time we've been talking about it. It's like it's another forgettable, completely
not much to
meh
remember.
movie.
Yeah. You know, I thought they were setting something up with Noah in that, like, he meets the orangutan and the orangutan teaches him, you know, apes don't kill apes. Apes together strong, right? And so, all right, you've set something up. And then at the end, the gorilla is trying to fight him, right? And then the gorilla gets trapped and is about to die. And I thought, oh, there could be a bit of like, you know, a redemption arc for the gorilla where Noah will save him. Says apes together strong.
You can put it back up.
No, you can die. Peace out.
Yeah.
Because was he racist against gorillas? I just want to know.
I thought he was going to try and save him, and it's like,
then it's just like, screw you, can die. He's out. And I was like, okay, you forget the whole setup of apes together strong. Apes don't kill apes. Because then I thought the gorilla would have like, oh, you saved my life, I'm on your side now, and then he helps him defeat the bad guys. But he's like, no, you can die, screw you.
Based on the consensus of the panel, I would just say go watch Fall Guy because that is a fantastic movie.
Yeah, that is a fun movie.
That didn't do well.
Criminally underwatched.
No.
I think that is just the default now. Like you go to a movie theater, there's nobody in the theater. They keep saying bomb, this bomb, that bomb that didn't do very well. That's just the movies now.
That
the
bar is way down.
The Fall Guy would have done well if it wasn't $130 million to make.
Why was it so expensive? I don't understand that. Was it Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt?
Shut the fuck. There was a shit ton of fucking actual practical massive stunt effects in that thing. So that's one of the reasons that it was.
I feel like it's a good movie, but I feel like whoever edited the trailers should have edited the actual movie because there was like a lot of dead space in that. So I don't know. There were like jokes that didn't land for me. Like I don't know. There was some empty moments that I thought could have been cut. It would have been shorter, but also I feel like a lot of the actual practical effects that were so expensive, they were kind of just done as like, haha, look at this happening in the background. This is kind of funny, right? It's like, yeah, it's kind of funny, but if I were the person financing that, I'd be like, is this gag worth an extra, like, I don't know, $5 million? Maybe we just cut it. I would have just cut it.
I don't know how expensive those gags were.
I give the movie like a 7.5 out of 10. You know,
definitely.
It was a fun time.
They need to tighten up movies that like big time. Like they need to get back to 90-minute running times for sure because there is too much padding.
But you're selling the Fall Guy. I love the Fall Guy. I thought it was a really fun film. I haven't laughed so much in the cinema for a long time. But you're selling that film on Ryan Gosling because you're not selling it on the brand of the Fall Guy. It hasn't been on the fucking screen since the 80s, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
40 years.
So you're selling it on that, and you're selling it as a kind of rom-com. And
Two things: Ryan Gosling and the stunts.
Yeah, but you don't pay $130 million fucking dollars for a rom-com.
No, you don't. You don't.
No.
You just you don't. So what's this? The weekend forecast.
Yeah, so basically this Sean Robbins, he's the one that used to make Box Office Pro relevant. I don't know if anyone's been
Wait,
watching
this isn't you?
them recently. No,
Oh, I thought it was you.
wow.
as
if that's not.
Wait, I'm fucking offended by this dude who looks just like you.
I am offended because it's not me. Damn it.
Yeah, where's his kid?
Exactly. Where's his two kids? That's the real
How
question.
can you tell he's not telling you about it?
Children of Men. The best thing.
But anyway, so Box Office Pro was only ever relevant when he was there because if you've gone recently, they don't do the charting anymore.
No.
Like they just give you random numbers and it honestly feels like it's been made by AI. So this guy, he's launched his own thing, Box Office Theory. And so he has the coverage here of what the projections are for Apes going into the weekend. Essentially somewhere in that $45 million range. Tony at Deadline says because of the $6 million in previews, he's thinking it's going to be somewhere between 40 and 60 or 45 and 60 because it's higher than Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, less than Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny in its opening day. But I think this movie is not going to get a lot of attention. So I would not be surprised to see it get 40 to 50
I'm thinking
million.
20 to 30 more like.
I don't think there's anything in this movie to give it legs.
No.
Not in the slightest.
Nope.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because aside from Fall Guy, there's really not a lot out right now. So the fact that people are still not even going to see this just to see it during the weekend, I think people have kind of gotten over the idea of just going to the theater to see a movie. I think they actually have to want to see the movie now.
Yeah. And the only reason why it's that high is not the number of people. It's because of how much tickets are and how they're only going to see it typically in IMAX and premium screens. Like no one's going to see, like gone are the days when you had sold out screens, not just in IMAX, but also in all the regular 2D regular showings. Like that's just not happening anymore.
Hey, WGA and Film Actors Guild, great strike you had. Hope everything worked out for you. Well done.
And normally whenever there's competition, that makes you work harder and put out better stuff in order to get people. And right now, movies and entertainment are dealing with more competition than they've ever dealt with in the history of entertainment. And they're putting out the shittiest stuff we've ever seen in the process because you've got YouTube, you've got streaming, you've got video games, you've got social media, you've got all these things that keep people's attention. Oh, I've already bought all of those. They're fucking fantastic. The
But don't go to the cinema.
run,
just fucking buy
no,
that.
But Jeremy, to your point, when they make something good, people manage to show up. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Oppenheimer.
Exceptions to the rule.
Oppenheimer and Barbie happened to be good, but there was a massive meme organization behind that. That's what made it huge because they were all going for the
studios
meme.
are going to try to
showed up and then the word of mouth carried.
What was that, Lauren?
I would argue Friday morning or something really weird, and it was still really full. Like I was still actually having to sit like in the side, like weird stuff. Whereas for the average film, it just wouldn't have happened. So I thought people were actually excited for Dune too.
Yeah, I mean, Dune. What is Dune doing at the box office
Dune
right
is
now?
gonna level out at what 750 million or something like that. Odin.
That's good. That's good.
It's good, especially considering this. It's like almost double, right, of the first one.
Yeah, the first one made a little over $400 million.
Okay, so
but
close to double.
Again, but that was released day and day on HBO Max at the same time. Which really fucking hurt it, obviously.
Yeah, and I would go back like Barbie. Barbie it's Barbie, and it was marketed perfectly, and it connected to that audience. Okay, so fine. Oppenheimer, I refuse to buy into the meme as the reason the movie made $950 million. No,
I think it helped, but it wasn't the reason.
It got it kick-started. It got it kick-started.
But then word of mouth gave it almost $1 billion. Word of mouth. Period.
I'm still blown away that that movie made that much money.
Dude,
I mean,
I
loved it. I loved it, but $950 million on a 3-hour biopic.
When you're in a desert and you see a glass of water,
Yeah, because an adult can go and see that film and see a fucking adult film.
Yeah.
No,
I
one that
loved it.
actually
I loved
treats
it.
you as an
I like a
adult
different
doesn't-
kind of an adult film.
But it wasn't talking down to you. It feels like
Right.
movies now just talk fucking
Yes.
down to you.
Yeah.
You can't have any tension anymore because the fucking person on the screen's got to tell you exactly what they're doing because they think you're dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
and Oppenheimer was just this great biopic. It was a fascinating topic. That was unbelievably well acted. That was fantastic. You know, the cast was just perfect for pretty much all of it. The directing, Christopher Nolan, was just spot on. He just hit a perfect set of beats. And I was sat there, and I know it sounds dumb, but I was sat there thinking, oh my God, a movie that's actually made for an adult. How fucking novel. I haven't seen one in ages.
Well, I have a
That
question.
respected you.
So I have a question. So the other day, the list
felt
of like
respected.
most profitable movies came out, and Mario was the most profitable movie of the year. But they had Oppenheimer making a $200 million profit.
That list was bullshit.
It was
that list was
complete
utter
garbage.
bullshit. Yeah.
They also had TMNT Mutant Mayhem on there, and he decided to, for that movie alone, add in merchandise sales.
Wow. There's no way Oppenheimer.
You know why he did
only
that
made
too?
$200
I'm
million.
gonna say it right now. The reason why he did any of that stuff too, to keep those movies on that list, he wanted to do everything he could to keep Sound of Freedom off. Because he did everything to get these movies, one of which, Guardians, did not make money. It lost money. He did everything to move the numbers around to make sure Sound of Freedom got nothing on the list.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. When I saw that list and I saw Oppenheimer at $200 million, I'm like,
yeah, that's bullshit.
There's no
it made
fucking
more than
way.
$200 million.
Because
Way more.
I figured it would make $500 million. I think that's what they thought it was going to make, and that would have made it profitable. And
If they're going to bullshit the other end of the list that Ryan pointed out, right, they're going to bullshit the top end of the list. So it was just, and by the way, they still want to be in with the studios. So like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles being one of the most, that's preposterous. It's absolutely preposterous.
And also, it was the money they paid themselves to put it on streaming. So it's like they had to do so much just to get that one on the list.
Oppenheimer had $100 million budget. Let's do the triple. That's $300 million. It did 900 and something million. It made $600 million profit. No problem.
Well, it's not quite exactly how it works, right? Because that $600 million is going to be split up between the box office and,
and the theaters.
That's not exactly how that works.
International, they only keep 40%. So what? As you guys know, stating the obvious, what Hollywood reports on is revenue, not profit. Like that's all they. And as Odin just alluded to, the only Disney movies produced by Disney that are Marvel that have possibly made a couple of dollars are Doctor Strange Mom, Guardians of the Galaxy. That's it. All the other ones lost. If they're creeping around $700 million, they weren't covering their costs. Because as we're finding out now, we're hearing the budgets, and the budgets are fucking insane. And you know, I heard from a drinker heard from the same people, like with the Marvels, well north of $300 million on that budget.
That's it. I did you guys see that Brad Pitt movie that apparently is going to have a $300 million budget?
The F1 movies.
Yeah.
That is a mistake.
Why does it cost so much?
That is not a mistake. That is money laundering. There is no way in hell that is fucking legitimate. There is like
somehow there's
million producers.
There's a lot
How
of
much are they paying?
There's a lot of Ukrainian producers on that film. Okay.
How much are they paying
I'm a
Brad
fucking
Pitt?
producer on that movie.
Yes.
Well, it's like the what happened with Rings of Power. How much did they spend on the first season and ends up looking like a CW series? Like 100%. They're hiring people's cousins to make the sets, and then they're just pocketing the money.
$800 million? No, is it 600 million? The first season of Rings of Power.
The first season was around 600 million. I forgot what it was like 38 million an episode, something like that. Yeah.
No,
That was on top of
38 seconds. And 38
And
minutes.
that's on top of the 250 for acquiring the rights. So you do the math. How many Godzilla -1s is that for just one episode?
Yeah.
When is this Brad Pitt F1 movie supposed to come out? Like what?
2 years or something?
Are they building their own
25,
city
26?
and their own F1 track, and they're like making their own F1 drivers? Like, what are they doing in a
Did they
lab?
just
Like,
pay
how
The
does it
Rock,
cost
like,
$300 million?
$50 million to be in that Red One movie? That was like
probably.
that was like one third of the budget. Was
and
just
Brad Pitt
paying one actor.
Brad Pitt like he's a massive star, but he's a massive star outside of like being he's not Tom Cruise from movies. You know, it's not like his name just pulls people in. And what about racing movies do they think is like going to bring a big budget? Like what did Ford versus Ferrari, which is phenomenal, one of my favorite movies. That movie didn't do gangbusters at the box office, and it was a phenomenal movie. It was an excellent movie, excellent movie. But nobody's going to go $300 million budget. Out of control.
Yeah, for reference, that one cost $97 million and only made $225.
There you go. There you go. And it's an excellent movie, and it's about as good as you're going to get out of a racing movie outside of something crazy happening. But yeah, I can't wait for that disaster to come out. I guess we can put our down arrow on our thumbnails and talk about how much it lost money.
It really feels like the cinema is just dying because we do have a really good film out, Fall Guy, and it's bombing. And you know, if it evolved to where quality would bring people in, I'm not sure that's the case anymore. Not like right now. It feels like.
So I've said a lot. I think the biggest difference we're seeing is that the way people go to movies is completely different now than it was 5 or 10 years ago. It used to be, if you didn't have anything going on a Friday night, your girlfriend be like, go to the mall, fucking see whatever movie's on. You'd walk up, you'd just fucking see what's playing. You'd be like, okay, we got to wait 30 minutes for that. That's fine. Let's go like get some ice cream, whatever, then go in. Nobody does that shit anymore. Nobody goes and walk up movie theater business. It is strictly based off you're planning to go, you buy your tickets in advance, you go and you sit down, you do your thing, and that's it. And it's just like, unless something cracks through, unless something gets such good word of mouth, I think Dune was a little bit like that as well. Then it's just not going to get people to go because they don't trust these movies anymore. They have other ways to entertain themselves that let them down way less than Hollywood does.
Right.
And if I were a theater, I would hate the deals that they have with streamers now because I know there are movies that I kind of want to see it, but I just know if wait, what, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, it might be on streaming, so that's not a big deal. Like the opportunity cost of seeing it right away is a lot, I guess.
The prestige of going to the movie theater, the magic of going to the movie theater.
The movie theaters
all gone.
Are that employee who's training his replacement in China. Like that's what they're doing. They're watching. Same with cable TV. They have to be in partnership with ESPN and stuff. They are training their replacements, and they know like we have an expiration date at this point. And League of Ungentlemanly Warfare, whatever it was, that came out in a cinema at your place, didn't it? It came out on Amazon over here. Yeah, it came out in the cinema. Really? It was It was a limited release. It was kind of like a quasi fucking streaming. It was dumb.
It felt like a streaming movie.
The whole thing was dumb.
Really
it was an experiment, and they just threw that Guy Ritchie because they knew it was just, it's a decent movie, but probably something they can try that with. But no, they're screwed. And now that Hollywood realized, oh crap, there's certain parts of our model we shouldn't have gotten rid of with streaming, like licensing. That was kind of a big thing. No shit.
Physical media.
Yeah.
Like going to the movies.
So they have to now pivot and like you could bring up that article. Like Marvel's in the 1 year into the process of their pivot, by the way, because they were I heard they were at Comic-Con last year. They recognized they had a problem and they were going to make some changes. They are going to make changes. The same people who made all the fucking mistakes are going to make some changes. So let's.
Didn't Bob Iger basically announce that? Oh, we're only going to do 3 movies and 2 TV shows.
That's what they did last year.
What they've been doing.
That's what they've been doing.
That's what they've been doing.
Am I crazy, or is this the exact same?
No. This is the low information fucking stockholder who's creating all these problems now because they don't fucking listen. They don't pay attention. They just look at the bottom line and listen to Bob Iger once every fucking quarter, say the same fucking thing and believe him. So this is what the stockholders voted for. They lost 10% of their stock. I don't even know how much money a market cap that X-Ray Girl.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. It was a lot. Sorry, I asked X-Ray Girl to do the math. It was a bunch. It was a bunch.
That was what the show was, but I wasn't sure.
Say X-Ray Girl math now.
I was typing something out.
Come on, that's not fair, Gary. We've also got Lauren Chen here as well.
Hey, I have some breaking news.
Oh.
Target has announced it will stop selling its Pride collection in most stores after the LGBTQ plus themed merchandise, including bathing suits designed for transgender people, harmed sales. that is all over the place now.
Is there an article?
Where is that?
We'll get back to Marvel in a second.
Unusual Whales has it, and Leading Report, and a lot of. I just searched it out now, so it's kind of like if you just search Target Pride. So yeah, and somebody quote tweeted the fucking Alex Stein video where he's trying.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I saw it on my timeline.
That was brilliant.
Right there.
Oh, is it just removing some Pride merchandise though?
Let's see. So yeah, Unusual Whales typed Target is to no longer sell Pride collection in all stores per YF. So that's the first thing I saw. I didn't see that headline.
This one says some. This one says dialing back.
By some, it could mean the same thing. Yeah.
Right-wing backlash.
My guess, knowing literally nothing, is they're not going to sell like trans tuck bathing suits. Or like that kind of weird shit for.
Or doing that big display.
I guarantee they're still going to do the big rainbow display, all the bunch of shit like
most
that.
likely.
Or
It's still Target.
They'll pull it from certain stores in cities where it's popular.
Target is the gay Walmart. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
When I was growing up, I called it Walmart for girls, so that makes sense.
Well, I mean, you want to know everything you need to know about Target. It's allowed in San Francisco and the Bay Area, and Walmart is not. There is no Walmarts in San Francisco. There's no Walmarts in Daly City. You have to go to East Bay or like maybe way down to San Jose to get to a Walmart. But they're not even considered.
Man, you know what you can't get at a Walmart or a Target? Plushies.
Segue.
Real BBC plushies.
Yay.
Hey, this says 18 hours left.
It's actually 18 hours and 7 days. So
okay.
Yeah.
I was scared.
So when it gets to the last hour, it's gonna kick into 7 more days. So 7 days from today, it does.
Oh, that's tricky.
You like that?
The plushies will be gone.
Yeah.
Tricky.
1 hour left.
Is G2 rocking?
Due to popular demand.
Never mind. I'm gonna stop.
We're gonna.
It's tricky.
Oh, X-ray girl's overtaken Gary.
Yep, he's on the bottom.
No. I found out about the jar thing. I regret asking it.
Yeah, they're just gonna. Fuck.
Yeah, you know what? I regret asking it. It just pumped up my sales.
We know why X-Ray Girls is selling better than Gary.
Yeah.
We all know.
I understand it, and I don't blame anybody. I completely understand it.
X-ray girl's plushie comes in a jar.
Okay, back to Marvel.
Oh my god!
Buy a plushie. I'm having a fucking bathroom installed.
I need the money.
I need that money to pay my bills.
My bills, my bathroom bills.
So, Marvel. Okay, this they admitted failure, but Ryan, you may have noticed that it was Luis D'Esposito who was admitting all the failure. It wasn't Kevin Feige. Bob Iger, in his earnings call, definitely threw 2 shows under the fucking bus, which was funny as fuck. If you listen to it very carefully, he said something to the effect of, well, we have a couple of things coming out that are holdovers from the old philosophy. Ironheart and Agatha. So like he said it in the fucking earnings call. By the way, according to Bob Iger, streaming, one aspect of streaming was profitable and they still lost because it was bullshit. It was that he said the entertainment aspect of streaming was profitable. He didn't say what part of entertainment.
Isn't that what streaming is?
Well, they're claiming that the Disney Plus and Hulu stuff was profitable and that ESPN lost enough money to make it overall be a net negative for that quarter. The thing is, when you look, it's because they cut as much as they cut to the fucking bone, so they could basically make good on this promise they made to shareholders. It doesn't necessarily bode well for things in the future.
No, it doesn't. They even had to mention it. They even had to mention it. Yeah,
it's crazy when you don't spend any money. When you have deals with cable companies like Charter to get back on the air, where you give people free access or free Disney Plus accounts, so you boost your subscribers. You do the bundle with Hulu, all that stuff. And that's what we ended up getting was they almost broke even on streaming.
Almost.
Like, because Weren't they paying themselves licensing rights?
Yeah, so it's all hey, they're doing so well in streaming. They're partnering with fucking Max. So
yeah.
Oh, it's a combination
to have
Pizza
these
Hut and Taco
things-
Bell of streaming.
They used to have these things called television networks.
Well, I was going to say after
Ryan's
long
favorite
discussions, they've decided on a name for the merger between Disney and Max. They're going to call it Cable.
So look, here's the plan. You're going to get a package. You could choose your channels. You get ESPN. You can get a movie channel here.
You gotta sign up for a year.
Wait
a
second.
Wait a minute.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something
ain't right.
Marvel Studios boss admits 2023 was a rough time. Now they're blaming everything.
Understatement.
The best part is they're blaming everything on 2023. They're not bringing up 2022, 2021, 2020, where they put out nothing. So yeah, they had a bit of a rough time. It's a bit of a rough time, but says if we just stayed on top, that would have been the worst thing.
Fuck off.
It would have been the worst thing.
Cope personified.
We need to grow as people.
Yeah. If we were successful, that would have been awful.
Yeah, shareholders would have been pissed.
Yeah. If they were
Yeah.
making money, they would be mad
What
at
are we
us.
gonna do with all this money, guys? Fuck.
Yeah.
We
Go burn it.
As I said, like, can you imagine if at Endgame there was no more Marvel up until now, and the anticipation of the MCU returning, all the anticipation that everybody would be excited, everybody would be going crazy. But here we are. There is no reason to be excited for anything Marvel at all under any circumstances based on all the shit that they have given us since Endgame. None.
Zero fucks
you mean,
given.
Jeremy, you mean if you stopped at Endgame, took a nice little breather, and then came back with Phase 4, with the first movie being The Fantastic Four.
Perfect.
Hey, cast a male as Silver Surfer. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say as Reed Richards.
That too. That's a good point. That's a very good point.
I think the right play is to release 20 different pieces of product across,
You're
several
not wrong,
different
Garrett. You're not wrong. It's
media
18.
sources.
It's 18 live
18.
action. 18 live action pieces of product since Endgame.
But not only that, they had X-Men as well. They could have led in with Fantastic Four and X-Men, which would have had huge hype.
That was the
hype.
move. That was the
Guys,
play.
you're wrong. You're wrong. We had to do Black Widow, a dead character. We needed Shang-Chi for the representation. You're all fucking wrong.
Eternals.
Think about all the lives that were
Eternals.
saved. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
It's
Fuck all of
saving
you on this panel.
Yes.
And fuck
You
all
hate
of
lives. You hate
Yes,
lives.
Eternals saved lives, and we're willing to suffer all of our profits. That's what he should have said. Marvel Studio boss admits 2023 was rough, but we saved a lot of lives with the Eternals, so it's okay.
Right, because if people actually went to go see that movie, they probably would have killed themselves.
Yeah.
That is true.
I went to see that movie and I did kill myself.
I saw the movie and I wanted to kill myself.
Somehow Az came back. All right.
In Minecraft, everyone.
Yes, in Minecraft.
I met Gollum and we came home.
Marvel,
hunt him down?
Marvel has said they have learned their lesson. They have learned their lesson, ladies and
They
gentlemen.
haven't. Fuck off.
Press X to doubt.
Marvel Studios co-president Luis D'Esposito, who did all of the admitting, by the way, to Empire Magazine, that
I
it's
love
been
that
a
song.
rough time for the Marvel Cinematic Universe following a rocky 2023 that included box office flops like Antifa Man, Commie Mania, and The Marvels. The latter title is the lowest grossing MCU film of all time with just $206 million worldwide. I just love reading that. It makes me happy.
Congratulations, Bree.
I love
Well
it when
done.
a plan comes together.
Marvel.
Sorry, Ryan.
I blame the black female director.
No supervision.
You know what? No supervision. You're right.
Yeah.
Like first one made $1 billion. You bring a black woman in to do it. Fucking boom.
Hey,
Thanks.
hey, representation, Marvel. Ryan, black women can direct major flops too now. So
Yes, they can.
Black women can make
literally
flops
break
too now.
women can do stuff now.
We've got black female directors setting records everywhere. The worst flop in history.
Times are changing. Ladies can do stuff now.
Marvel didn't fare better on television, where series such as Secret Invasion were widely panned by critics. Despite the setbacks, D'Esposito is committed to seeing the glass half full. He told the publication that if we just stayed on top, that would have been the worst thing that could have happened. We took a little hit. We took a little hit, but we're coming back strong.
Okay.
Yeah,
right. The only thing you're hitting is copium, dude. Oh my god.
Just huffing it, dude.
A lot of it.
Yeah, that's mainline. You're mainlining that shit.
Intravenous. He's like victim and
he's got a drip feed.
Hey guys, it's not that it was bad. We just made too much of it. That's what they say here. Maybe when you do too much, you dilute yourself a little bit. D'Esposito said, "We're not going to do that anymore. We learned our lesson." So then he repeats what Bob said. Maybe 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 movies a year and 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 shows a year, as opposed to doing 2 or 3 or 4. Yeah, no more than 10. I agree.
Dude,
yeah.
That's what you were doing.
And it's like, if you guess what? Maybe if instead of focusing on all these characters that literally no one gives a fuck about, and you made some of these projects about people that characters that people have been asking for, that they want to see more of, maybe you would have had a different outcome. Obviously, if it's still shit writing, it's going to be shit writing no matter what. But who's blowing in their fucking mic? Who was that?
I'm going to guess as.
As.
Yeah.
Probably
good guess.
Yeah,
Anyway,
sorry. But I just read something and I got so fucking mad.
Go on, Ryan.
I don't remember what I was gonna say.
You know what? Maybe okay, so Blade was announced in 2019. So it's taken them 5 years to figure out that, you know what? Maybe we should just have Blade hunting vampires. What do you think?
And you still know they're going to fuck that up as well.
There was
No,
like
to
fuck it up. Or something, or
No, it was absolutely. By the way, that scoop was 100% correct. The script for Blade had 4 women and his daughter, and he was going to be surrounded by a bunch of women, basically being a supporting character in his own film. And Marshall Ali, to his credit, said, "Fuck that, no way." So they're doing. I lost track. They're doing another rewrite, and it's not coming out until 2027. So almost 8 fucking years after it was announced.
They're gonna have to recast because Marshall is gonna be too old.
It's Marvel's Black Adam. That's what it is at this point.
Oh,
he's a good actor. I don't even know why he bothers.
He really is.
I know. I would tell him to fuck off.
Like, he's actually good casting for that movie if they had him hunting vampires, just vampires, you know,
and saying motherfucker.
Well, the last thing I heard, this could be wrong, chat, so forgive me. They had Lovecraft Country director. By the way, if anybody saw Lovecraft Country,
no,
it's fucking woke as fuck.
Yeah.
And they were
Kang in it.
It was gonna take place in the Blade was gonna take place in the 30s. So in the South, so you know what it was gonna be.
It's gonna
about.
be racism.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
Racist vampires, probably.
Yeah, most likely.
Like the racist, like the vampire Ku Klux Klan or something.
I kind of want to see that movie.
I kind of do too.
That's why they burned the
Blade versus the vampire KKK.
We don't take kindly to your kind around here.
Like, if we weren't in this woke mind virus time period, that could be a badass storyline.
Yeah.
It could be cool.
It's impossible for it to be
It's
made right now.
impossible now,
Impossible.
but like, in a different timeline.
Yeah.
Vampires of the KKK.
Fucking Blades in there,
that
like whooping their
sounds
ass.
like that sounds like some kind of grindhouse
We only
movie.
suck the black blood.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
D'Esposito's comments falls in line with what Bob Iger, CEO, told him to say during a May 7th company earnings call. Iger said the company was going to reduce output. Hey, they're going to focus on quality over quantity.
Didn't he say that 3 years ago?
Dude,
said it 6 times now.
He's said it 6 times in a row. We counted over interviews and quarterly earnings calls. Yes, so he said it 6 times in a row in the last calendar year.
And for context, he said specifically to feed the streaming services.
Feed the streaming services, and we're very happy about all of the IP we are mining.
Oh, yeah, mining the IP.
Because that's what you want. You want somebody that's mining your loved franchises. Just taking a pickaxe to its head and just
they are
taking
the
every little bit.
colonizers of entertainment. We
And the white slavers.
We are going to track your IPs.
Well, this is what I've always said about Disney. They're basically cultural appropriating everything.
Didn't he also say that they're gonna basically admit that their strategy is now just sequels and prequels and existing IP?
Yes. After a year ago, he said we're going to try to exploit original IP, but and now he's completely gone back on that. And
never mind, guys, that was hard.
Never mind.
Yeah.
And then he
it's a little difficult.
Then he rattled off all the movies that are coming out for the rest of the year, and they're all sequels and prequels. It's
we have
so
Alien coming out.
That's 1.5.
Bounding into comics, they did like a tally, and out of the 28 things that are coming up, I don't know if that's just films or including series, but I think only 8 are originals. So
of the tentpole releases, only 8, and some of them have already
even a
come out.
lot of the stuff that comes out from like 20th Century Studios, a lot of those are kind of like the stuff that even does okay are like horror movies that are attached to an existing franchise, shit like that too.
Yeah.
Dude, I cannot wait for Disney's Alien, where the alien pins the final woman in at the end and says, "Do you know who the real monster is?"
Harvey Weinstein. Oh,
bigotry. That's the real monster here.
Capitalism.
Yeah.
Right.
White people.
Men.
He says, yeah.
Speaking of Harvey Weinstein, shout out to Leslie Headland.
Too ugly to get assaulted.
That's right.
Too ugly to be assaulted. Looking like a freak.
Scroll down a little bit.
Ever or something. I don't know.
Let's hear what Kevin Feige, because D'Esposito got the Feige.
I thought you were about to say DSP.
DSP.
Let's hear what DSP has to say.
Let's hear what DSP has to say.
Yeah, so Feige,
I'm really
Feige does do a small, Kevin Feige does a small admission that the last year was bad for them.
Yeah.
That's basically what his statement is.
But the statement was behind him talking like they're feeling really good about Deadpool and Wolverine, which they should. Absolutely. But it's nice to be able to rally behind one feature project this year, Feige said. I'm much more comfortable being the underdog.
Okay.
You ain't the underdog, mate.
I love that cartoon. Loved Underdog.
Great cartoon.
Great theme song. Great theme song. I prefer being able to surprise and exceed expectations. So it does seem like the last year, which has not been ideal, has set us up for that. So you know what? The failure set them up for more success. So it's all good. Everything's explained. Kevin Feige's the underdog.
Dude, this is the most retarded fucking shit I have heard in years. It is unbelievable.
Well, as the last time I checked, the person in charge of putting out so much stuff was the president of Marvel Studios. Who's that again?
That's Kevin Feige.
Kevin
Feige.
Kevin Feige.
Kevin Feige.
Now in the future, if they don't lose as much money, people will be surprised.
Wow.
That's what business is all about. It's just about keeping people on their toes. Some might say it's about the money. It's not. It's about surprise and expectation.
Subverting your
expectations when the movies come out.
After last year losing so much fucking money, it's true. It would subvert our expectations and exceed expectations if you even broke even.
Yes.
You know? So yeah, they are
Great
setting
news,
themselves
everyone.
up.
We only lost 100 million rather than 200 million.
You know what? There have been articles written like that, not about Disney.
Yes.
Well, yes, about Disney. It's like we only lost $500 million on streaming this year, everybody. All right.
Way to spin it.
Yeah, so that's all we need to see. Pull up the New York Post one, because at least somebody in the media, New York Post can be good and really fucking awful at times. This Bob Iger comment tells you all you need to know about the sorry state of Disney.
Oh my God.
You know what Walt Disney never said? That he would be proud that he was proud of the IP that they were mining. Now,
he was mining IP back in the day.
He was.
That's spoken
He
by
was
someone
mining
that
the
has
shit out of the
no
Grimm
idea
brothers.
how Walt Disney built the fucking Disney
I know.
brand, because he literally mined IPs that he did not create.
Like I said,
exactly.
cultural
Big difference, though. Big difference.
So maybe
it was
maybe,
creative and better.
Maybe
back then. Well written.
100%.
Well done.
You started well with the headline. You fucked up with that byline right there.
That's somebody that knows nothing about how Walt Disney created. That's not a criticism of Disney. He took these timeless stories and he reinvented them And a lot of people only think that Disney is the only creation of a lot of those stories.
That's like saying, like, you know who wouldn't say he was proud of the IP he was mining? George Lucas. So because he mined
I love them taking timeless classics and making them so current.
Yes. But he, like, the IP mining statement was bad, like incredibly bad. That's like internal corporate speak that he accidentally said out loud. And because it's like, think about the visual. We talked about it on Real BBC. Think about the visual that gives you. It's somebody chipping away at something that was already built or established. That's what it is. So
Gary,
I think it's the best description.
Say IP building.
No,
That's
there's a better description. There's a better description. You said it on the Real BBC, Gary. IP raping.
Yeah, I did.
Or what we call Zack Snyder.
IP skinning and wearing the skin suit of.
Yeah.
And tucking your penis between your legs and dancing in front of a mirror. That's what you're doing, Disney.
Would you fuck me?
Would you watch my Star Wars? I'd watch my Star Wars.
No, you wouldn't. You're not watching your
It
Star
puts
Wars.
the lotion on its skin. Sorry. Because Walt Disney was not, so far as I'm aware, an alien robot. Well, he might be now. Hell-bent on intergalactic domination, he was a creative genius. No, this dystopian string of words was uttered by current Disney CEO and former weatherman Bob Iger during a quarterly earnings call on Tuesday. The team is one I have tremendous confidence in. By the way, that's another thing he said 6 times in a row. Yeah, so far so good.
Confidence.
No, by the time they turn this around, supposedly Bob Iger is supposed to be gone, right? He's supposed to be gone by 2026. He won't be gone. He's like the dictator of Disney. You know, correct me if I'm wrong because my geopolitics suck. Didn't Putin like step down for a little while and then come back? Didn't another guy take over for him? Yeah.
Step in Medvedev during an interim where he had exceeded the constitutional or number of times he could be president in a row.
And then they went, fuck that shit.
Come on back, man.
Yeah.
So, I think it's the same situation. I think Bob's just going to be there until, the Drool Cup is there and then maybe beyond. But, so 2026, things might turn around, everybody. So, you can...
You got to give him credit for throwing Chapek out there and him getting absolutely annihilated. And then Bob Iger walks back in like, yeah, I guess I'll take over. And meanwhile, you were in charge the whole time, you piece of shit.
Right.
Chapek just got eaten alive by the Wokies. Holy shit.
He did, but you know what? I think he got paid. I think he got paid.
100% he got paid. Absolutely.
The irony during Chapek's, their stock was basically at its peak, too.
Well, it was right after, again, that was right after they announced Disney Plus and tell people all this fake shit. We're going to make so much fucking money during this pandemic. Like, as theme parks are closed, they get people excited about Disney Plus. They lie to everybody about how much money they're going to make, and stock goes up through the roof because people believe them. And then we realized, oh shit, they're not making any money on this. And it tanked. And then Bob Chapek, the whole don't say gay situation where he fucking gets on his knees and sucks a rainbow colored dildo for the LGBTQ mafia.
Don't say gay. We need the Ron Perlman clip.
Oh my God.
That's so funny.
The human toe.
You fucking Nazi pig.
You Nazi pig. Don't say gay.
I love how he said he's leaving Twitter and then he comes back.
Comes Twitter. Right back.
Always do.
Thread sucks.
And the IP that we're mining, including all the sequels that we're doing, is second to none. Bob Iger says, second to none.
Yeah, and shit, and being crap.
I guess you're on the top of the shit pile. Is that a good thing?
How many Fox holdovers do they have this year? The Planet of the Apes, Alien. I feel like there's one more. Oh, Deadpool Wolverine. That's a Fox holdover too.
Deadpool, yeah. Wasn't technically the Omen part of that too?
Yeah, it was. It's sad seeing 20th Century Studios and that Fox missing and knowing it's a fucking Disney movie. It makes me a little sick.
Deadpool Wolverine is actually going to be fascinating because I think it's going to do really well, but it's probably not going to do. It's going to be a Guardian situation, I think, where it's going to fall short of where it probably should have ended up because of the stain that's on the Marvel Cinematic
that could
Universe
happen
right now.
That could. Well, I mean, the
I don't know.
TVA's in
If
it.
it's good, if it's actually good, it would overcome that. And
There's
people
going to be so many cameos that a lot of people get excited for. People really like Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, just their banter, their back and forth. But it is an R-rated movie. At the end of the day, it's going to be down to how much does this fucking movie cost. If it costs $200 million to make, I certainly think it's going to make money. If it costs $300 million and you're telling me the break-even point's at $900 million, that's in question.
That is in question because they always talk about that revenue from like China or whatever, where you make what's 25% in China, 40% international. So yeah, they don't pull in all that money.
Hang on, is there anyone Chinese in this movie?
Yes, me.
Well, because apparently the Chinese government will give you more preferable terms if you have an Asian person.
Yeah, Lady Deathstrike. She's Chinese.
Yeah, so they might be doing a little bit better on that. And that's
she
why
Japanese
in all
or
these
Chinese?
movies now you'll have these random
I
Chinese
can't tell the
people in
difference.
it.
Oh my God! So
I was
and
waiting.
then Gary, the guy who can't tell X-Ray Girl and Lauren apart, is trying to determine if there's a Chinese person in the movie. This show is fucking retarded.
Yes,
all right?
it is. Sorry, Lauren.
Continue,
My
Lauren.
apologies.
Go ahead,
Go ahead, Lauren. My bad.
What were you saying, Lauren?
Oh well, no, I was just saying that's why there are like random Chinese people in so many of these big action movies now, is because they want more favorable terms going to the Chinese market. If you have a Chinese person or you have a Chinese production house you're partnering with, you don't count as a foreign release. You get to count as a domestic release, so you don't count toward like the quota of foreign films they have. You get more preferable box office split, all these different things. That's why you have like random Chinese actors like Angela Baby or whatever turning up in Independence Day, like the disaster one.
Resurgence.
That's crazy.
Diversity done right.
I thought it was just happenstance because there's fucking 2 billion people out there in China. So I'm like, there's
No,
people
it's
that show up
very
in this movie.
calculated. Like, they're literally doing
That's why they have the random. Oh, sorry. That's why they have the random dude in the Marvels. Her
Wait,
husband.
Az, did you just apologize for interrupting somebody?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What does this world come
You
to?
see, Gary, I have respect for Lauren Chen.
Dude, I feel like Tim Pool because my own chat is saying, shut the fuck up, Gary. I love it.
We're gonna go behind the paywall.
We gotta go private now.
I've made it. My chat hates me.
I've never seen someone more successful than
Let's get a
Tim,
poll in the
and
chat.
yet so hated by his own followers. It's
I want to
amazing.
poll in the chat. Do you hate Gary?
Yes. I'll vote yes. I think, man, Deadpool 2 wasn't that great. Okay, it just wasn't. It was pretty good. They got Juggernaut right, but that kid was fucking annoying. I couldn't stand him.
Oh yeah,
anytime.
dumb.
Yeah, and annoying. And the first one's like a masterpiece. That's a fucking great movie that I'll watch again and again. Hail Gina Carano, by the way. And it's like, Hugh Jackman being in it's a very good idea, and I think that'll get a lot of people there the first weekend. It's a matter of what the legs are going to be like.
There's going to be a ton of viral moments that are discussed that are going to go wide on social media. That's going to get a lot of people talking after that first weekend, and I think that's the thing that could turn the needle for this movie. But after Guardians 3. Guardians is a franchise that is very popular. Both of the first 2 films were very popular. Then the third one, the opening weekend was I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was completely off of what people were expecting, right? Odin or Ryan. It was like
the most recent one.
Yeah, Guardians 3. It was definitely like 30-40 million less than what the initial anticipation was, if I'm not mistaken. And then once that opening weekend, people were like, oh man, this may not hit 500 million, but then it got legs and word of mouth, and I think it carried it to like 800 million, if I'm not mistaken.
I think theaters were doing better at that time.
But the thing, you say Guardians of the Galaxy is like massively fucking popular. The first one made like 750 million. The second one made 850 million. So I'm not saying they're not popular, but the third one did pretty much in line with those. But the difference was they spent way more fucking money on the third one.
And that's supposed to be interesting about Deadpool. Because Deadpool, well, also Radar Films in general, usually you don't have a lot of money put behind like Radar Films. Like even the first Deadpool was 58 million, second one was 110 million. So if they're gonna spend like Disney money, like $200+ million on this film, like those films did well, especially because of the fact it was rated R and because of how much they spent on it. But Man,
You're raising the bar.
I
way
wonder
too
how
high.
much it helps that like there's nothing out this year. Like that's
that is true.
Yeah, like it has to help. Like you
But
would
I
think
mean,
at
like
least.
if I'm an investor and I see what's happening with Marvel films lately, I'm sorry, but I'm just not comfortable with spending the amount of money that they're spending. Like I would much rather like let's make another Joker. Yeah, part 2, part 3, whatever. I'm still gonna have way better return. It's just they're spending way too much money on all these movies.
yes.
But Joker 2's budget.
It ballooned. It's
Yeah.
4 times. No, it was
No,
200.
wasn't it?
They
200.
fucking never learn.
serious?
Why would they not want to spend less money? This makes no sense to me. Why would they
what
not
is
see it and
this?
go
It's
like, let's
Lady
spend
Lady
some
Gaga.
dollars?
In a-
Like,
like
because
in a
they're
building,
pocketing
how
it.
did they
It's all
spend
the
$200 million?
Yeah,
Fucking
they're
insane.
just giving themselves
They're
their
dumb.
big paydays.
Yeah, according to Variety, 200
Future
million.
producers.
That is ridiculous.
How many fucking
Keep
people are
doing
going to
it.
talk at the same time?
It's
And
FNT.
I'm not one of them.
For once.
And I am for
Maybe
once.
twice.
3 times a lady.
Lady.
Now is no
Lady.
one going to talk because I yelled? Somebody fucking talk now. It's
I'm
getting
going to talk
awkward in here.
$200 million.
Yeah, you
Let
just shut
Lauren
everyone
talk.
down. No one wants to talk.
You want
now.
to talk somebody? You fucking talk.
Yeah, go on.
12 million payday for
200 million.
Damn.
Fucking retarded. They're stupid. Keep doing it. Keep fucking up. It's fine.
Yeah, well, I
That
mean
is-
that's just 4 times the what Joker costs.
I haven't been to many movies lately. I did when I went to see Fall Guy, which was fantastic. Fantastic's wrong word, but it's good. It's really enjoyable. But I saw the Joker trailer
loved
on
it.
the big screen, and it felt different watching it because I watched it on my phone, watched it on my computer. It's so different seeing movies on the big screen and trailers on the big screen and the scope and the scale. It doesn't. I don't love the Joker 2 premise at this point, but at least seeing it on the big screen, I was like, okay, at least it looks a little more interesting to me. I still think it looks a little cringe, and I'm worried how they're going to take the whole Lady Gaga element and how much exposure she's going to have because she's such a big star, and I feel like she's going to be the prominent focus in that movie, which worries me. I can't see that movie repeating the success of the first Joker.
I think that movie is going to be about it. You know, the first one is all from fucking Joker's perspective and things going on inside his head that you can't. The entire, I think, all Joker 2 is going to be in her head.
Yep.
And her like idolizing him and like imagining their life together and all these things they can do together, and her like almost trying to convince him to do that with her. That's what I think Joker 2 is going to be about.
Well, I mean, it's called shared psychosis.
Well, I mean, that was the great thing about the
Oh, yeah,
Joker,
dude.
and we'll find that out when the sequel comes out because it's a lot like the end of the King of Comedy. We're not sure what's real or not. We're not sure if the entire movie just took place in his head.
Yeah.
And there's a great argument that and it's never supposed to be answered. Todd Phillips said there is an answer and he'll never say it, which is
why
love.
there never should have been a fucking second one.
Thank you.
Yeah, but Ryan, the money.
Yeah, I know.
That's
the
right.
money.
No.
Which they're not going to make.
Todd Phillips did you know, he did a couple of things at the end there where you had the blood and then you didn't have the blood. You know, they're on purpose. You know, the bloody footprints. Then the bloody footprints are all gone. So I think Joker 2 has the potential to have a really interesting premise with this. How it all fits together, how it all works. We don't know yet. But the first one was fucking sensational. They said they have the same lady doing the score. So you know, expect a really good score between the musical pieces as well. And I really want it to do well. I really want it to
hope
be
so
good.
too, but like it just didn't need it. It didn't need it, and
No,
like
100% not.
Lady
Well,
Gaga.
yeah, and if you're not already just at your nipples of fucking Harley Quinn content, Cape Crusader.
Oh yeah.
God.
Oh yeah. Hey,
This is made
Az.
for Lauren.
Yeah.
Remember a couple of years ago when this was announced and it wasn't good enough for Max. Warner Brothers canceled this because it was supposed to be on Max. So they allowed the creators to shop it. By the way, know who the producers are of this? Jar Jar Abrams.
Yeah.
This looks like Harley quintuple chin. Why is she so fucking fat?
So
it's Mindy Kaling.
Az and I did a live stream.
Wait, is that a joke?
This is woke Batman. That's exactly what it's going to be. A bunch of people going, how could you say that? You know, and Bruce Timm's involved. Oh, it's because we went over the interviews when they were talking about this, and they said it was going to be fucking woke Batman.
Yes,
that's where we came to that conclusion. Because they told us.
The modern audience, they actually said, like, we're bringing it to a modern audience and all that kind of stuff. And, you know.
Here's Commissioner
Commissioner Blackface.
Commissioner Gordon in 1940s. Is this 30s or 40s? This is taking
It's
place?
1940s.
40s. 40s.
Right. It's interesting he became police commissioner.
Also, the design totally just looks like the old white version with like literally
That
like a
is-
black
it's Commissioner Blackface. That's
It really
what it
is.
So Jar Jar Abrams does what he does. He takes another franchise that's going to be in the spirit of the animated series, and it's going to be filled with modernity. Like, that's what it's going to be filled with. I don't mind the design. Like the big ears.
Yeah,
that's
classic
fine.
Batman.
Classic
That's
golden age
OG,
Batman.
OG, OG.
Got the gloves, yeah.
But we know we're going to get, by the way, this is an Asian Harley Quinn.
Of course it is.
Shout out X-Ray Girl.
Shout out.
Where we are, is that confirmed, or she just looks squinty?
No, she,
is-
yeah, it's legit. They say in the article. She's
Wow. You are racist, Lauren.
She actually
Why'd you
can't
hate
see very
Asians,
well, so she
Hayes?
squints.
Now, with Catwoman, they could have race
No,
swapped it because
that's
Catwoman
Robin.
has been black.
That's
Robin.
I see.
Lesbian, yes or no?
Could have been like the Eartha Kitt version.
Yes.
Bisexual?
Bisexual.
Yes, yeah.
Bisexual.
Oh, definitely going to be lesbian. Not interested in Batman at all. Just
At least,
interested in the
at least
pussy.
she's got her tits out. So that's something.
I mean, thanks, Ryan.
It's out for her ramen.
I'm just saying.
Hey,
Gotta
you
give
always
him
got to look in the
props.
bright side. Here we
Light
go.
side.
Blight side.
Blah.
You sounded like Harley Quinn.
You know what? You fucking live as long as I have with the amount of drugs I have done, and see if you can even fucking talk, okay?
This looks like when Bruce is talking to Diana in BVS.
Dude, it's the same scene.
It is.
Yeah.
It's the same scene. Hey, we also had other DC news this week.
I think it looks good.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Selena looks good. I think Bruce looks good.
Yeah. And this is going to suck. The writing is going to be
suck.
fucking
The
dog
writing
shit.
Clayface looks pretty badass too in this.
Is that who that's supposed to be?
Yeah,
it's gonna be on
basically
Amazon.
The original Clayface from like the 30s or 40s.
Okay.
Was it Matt Moore, not Matt Moore.
I find with
no.
J.J. Abrams, though, I often don't mind like when he starts projects, but I don't think the man has ever finished anything well in his life.
No. That's what his wife said too.
That's what my
There's so many jokes you
Wow.
can make with that one.
That's why she started Me Too.
I was going to say, yeah, she started Me Too, and that didn't end very well either.
But the fact is, like, the fact that he hasn't directed anything since Rise of Skywalker.
He's in
is
director's
so
jail.
weird.
He's in director's jail.
That doesn't
Yes.
make sense to me that he's in director's jail because he's so fucking connected.
It makes all the sense in the world. That's the way it's supposed to be. When you fuck up that much, you should not be allowed to fuck up again.
Well, then somebody tell Disney.
They haven't rehired him. They haven't
No, like I'm saying, like
Well,
Kevin
they're-
Feige
okay.
still, Kathleen Kennedy still has a job for Kevin
No,
Feige.
no,
All Kevin's
Jeremy,
who the-
Jeremy, the
that's
directors,
not Hollywood.
the directors are the fall guys.
M.
The
Night
pro-
Shyamalan has never been in director's jail.
Yes,
and
he
he's
has.
fucked up
No,
every
Yes, he
single
has.
time.
Yes, he was for a
was
decade.
for sure.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he has.
Yeah.
Yes, he has.
Yes, he has. So producer, no. To your point,
That was like
Jeremy,
10 years,
Producers, there needs to be a producer jail. So this is what we're going to agree. Producers don't get put in jail. They get away with all the bad decisions they make. Now, Jar Jar's a fucking shitty director. He's just a fucking terrible director who repurposes shit, has no idea what he's repurposing, and it comes out as garbage. Fucking the anniversary of his Star Trek 2009. How long was it? God, it's
2009.
2009.
That's
So
a good
yeah.
example. I liked the first
I liked
one.
it.
a lot of people
I
liked
liked
it.
the first one.
And then the
I love
second
that
one came
movie.
out. And then
That was
Kurtzman
garbage.
Trek came out. And then
Yeah.
we saw what that actually started. You know, hey, like we talked about Fury Road before the show. You know, a lot of
See,
people
but I
liked
like
it.
a lot-
But we
I-
didn't know what it was setting up. You know,
I'm a huge fan of Mission Impossible 3. I think Super 8 is really good. I like
Super
Star
8's
Trek
dog
2009. I thought
I hate Super
Obviously,
8.
I love the show Lost.
hate
He's
children.
he's
Lost
had
is
like
crap.
he's had 4 or 5 good, really good
Alias.
TV
All of
series.
Lost.
Alias.
You like
Person
all
of
of
Interest.
Lost?
Did you watch all of Alias? Did you watch all of Alias?
Yeah, I know.
After
Oh, we
season
didn't do
2.
that. That's what I'm saying. The beginning
That's what I-
was
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Wasn't he behind? Wasn't he involved with Person of Interest, or was that? Am I wrong about
No,
that?
that's Jonathan Nolan.
Jonathan Nolan. Okay.
No, I think
him?
I think his bad reboot might have had.
I
something
think
to do
it's
with
bad
it.
reboot, but
Yeah.
it's Jonathan Nolan.
Well,
So
see, the
with
thing is
his-
like JJ and Spielberg do this a lot. They slap their name on every fucking thing as a
Whoa,
producer.
whoa, whoa. Spielberg started that, and when he did, he was successful.
He was
because he
involved,
was
too.
he was involved because he was a good producer. You're right. Jar Jar Abrams followed in his path, but couldn't succeed
Footsteps,
because
Garrett.
footsteps. Is that the word I'm looking for? Fuck.
Footsteps since he changed to path.
Path.
I was
Footsteps.
wondering, is it finally happening? Is the stroke come?
Chris Gord.
Chris
Gord.
Gord
Sound
rubbed
effect.
off on you.
But
dare you.
Fringe, that's
Jar
another
Jar
one he was
Abrams
involved
is
in,
not
Fringe.
fucking
Fringe.
Spielberg. Okay. He hasn't
Are
directed
you
one
sure
film
he's
that
not
even comes
fucking
close.
Spielberg? Are you
Well,
sure he's
okay.
not fucking Spielberg?
Spielberg now? Spielberg now or 1974?
He did babysit his kids. So
He is like, what is wrong with Hollywood? JJ saw what Spielberg did, aspired to do that, but with none of the talent and the follow through. So that's what Hollywood's doing. They're going, oh, these are the things that we love in the past. Let's try to do that, but with none of the.
Well, if you're gonna
like
you
none of
gotta
the
blame
creativity.
Spielberg, you got to blame Spielberg for JJ because he's
Yes.
the one that saw JJ and molded him.
absolutely, absolutely,
Well, he
100%.
discovered JJ and molded him.
Dude,
and
you can
Kathleen
bring a
Kennedy.
horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
No.
Okay.
One of the
You can
common
pretend it's
threads-
drinking though.
One of the common threads with a lot of the JJ, specifically the series stuff that he gets involved in, is it's the mystery box.
Mystery
stuff,
box.
right? It's just like mystery that you're trying to figure out. It's really like there's speculation on what's going on, and usually the landing does not stick. With Alias, with Lost,
yeah.
and stuff like that. That's kind
And
of
Fringe as well.
and
Fringe.
Fringe.
Like, first
Well, it's
two
like he
seasons were
comes
and
up
then
with
it
good
gets weird.
ideas, but the landing is what sucks.
Yeah,
everybody's obsessed with the mystery. Then when they find out what it is, they're very fucking disappointed, or the question's not answered.
The director jail thing just confuses me because Hollywood doesn't operate like that. Like, who do they don't punish people for failing. They reward them for failing.
Oh,
Well,
Spielberg
it's
is
like, look at
not
Madam
overrated,
Web,
chat.
The writer behind that, I forget which other ones, like
on.
the Egyptian god one. Weren't they involved in that? And it's just basically a list of different cinematic failures, and you're still writing movies somehow.
Yeah, and like Ryan Johnson's
work
not
in Hollywood
why,
again if you've
why
written
isn't Ryan Johnson not in director jail? He's got a whole huge fucking successful Netflix bullshit deal that
But he's not doing
I think
anything
we're
theatrical.
talking about two different eras of Hollywood because in pre-retarded Hollywood, current year, this was how it worked. You'd make some shit and then you wouldn't work again.
The only person that's in jail in Hollywood is fucking Mel Gibson. Okay, that's the only person they really put in jail, and it ain't because of bad movies. All right, and but like I don't know why the JJ thing is weird to me. He's way too connected. He's way too powerful. He's way too political and manipulative. For him, I feel like there's something else going on. I don't feel like he's being punished.
I just don't think he wants to direct anything.
And
I
that
think
could
he
be-
just wants to produce things. He
that
didn't even
could
want to
be.
direct Rise of Skywalker. He basically got bullied into doing it.
That could be.
Yeah,
I
because he
think-
didn't know what the fuck to do. That's why. He admitted they had no plan. They had no plan for the fucking trilogy.
Well,
and he just put a bunch of threads out there and wanted the next
Okay.
director to run with them.
Let's look at it logically. Rian Johnson directed a movie that made billions of dollars. And what has
No
he done?
shit.
And what has he done since? A couple of Netflix. He got a Netflix deal. Dan
but he did.
Dan
he
and
did the
Dave.
movie.
Dan and Dave did one of the most successful fucking shows ever. What have they done? They did one show for Netflix.
But I'm
Say
saying
they
right,
just
so
put out Three Body Problem.
Yeah.
That's
what
about
was
it.
the
They
what was
just
the Ryan
put it out.
Johnson movie?
Yeah.
The when
Glass
whodunit movie.
Glass
the
Onion.
whodunit movie.
Onion.
Knives Out.
Knives
And
Out.
then
No, it was
Sorry,
Knives Out.
Glass
Yeah,
Onion.
Knives Out. Didn't it do okay?
It did okay,
did-
and then the
box office,
sequel
yeah.
went
And then-
right to Netflix.
Well, that's because he
Because
signed
it's a
like some
Netflix
massive
deal. Well,
yeah, he
yeah.
signed like some massive deal.
Well, dude, almost a
Um,
$500 million. Like,
Weren't they both the
yeah.
Netflix movies?
Zack Snyder also signed a massive Netflix deal.
yes, he did.
Yeah, let's put him in fucking director's jail.
He is. I don't think Zack Snyder will get a theatrical release in the next 5 years.
I think that's what I think that's what Gary's saying is that
Yeah.
all these people that are going to these streaming services to create exclusive content, it's kind of director's jail.
It's director's jail because they wouldn't be getting any theatrical.
Netflix is offering them so much money for this; it doesn't feel like director's jail. Like I would rather be doing that, have lower stakes and like guaranteed, than have to deal with box office. Like I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
No, you're right.
The question of if they weren't getting these deals, would they be getting?
That's
jobs
why
outside
there
of it?
was a strike. They were making these ridiculous deals, giving TV creators. What's the guy who does American Horror Story? What's his name? He got $300 million, and that kicked it off with Jar Jar got $250 million from Warner Brothers, and then Dan and Dave, Ryan Murphy, thank you, got hundreds of millions from Netflix, and they were just going crazy with spending because getting ready for the streaming wars, and they realized, half these people we're giving money to aren't even fulfilling. Ava DuVernay got a big fucking deal that they had to fire her from because she wasn't producing anything. They got all this money and they stopped doing stuff. Or in JJ's case, he created a series. I can't even remember the name of it. A series for HBO, and the prospective budget was $200 million. And they're like, "Fuck you, no." So they have a strike. They're able to purge all of these people through force majeure, and now they're getting out from under all of these shitty deals. They have to follow through on some, but not all now. And they got themselves out of a problem they fucking created. The producers created. Can't blame shitty directors for taking big deals like everybody would. But that's part of the reason there was a strike. So there.
Well, in other news, DC released the Superman costume. You guys want to talk about this? Here it is. There it is.
I don't hate.
That's the costume. Shut up. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong one. Hold on, my bad. That's the one I was
honestly, the other one was better. The first one was better.
This one was way better.
That's
the fact that this is the one that some of y'all motherfuckers thought was real, and I'm like, are you kidding me? How can you not know that's AI? A guy's pants are on fucking backwards. And there's like the background makes zero sense.
There's
and
a ladder that just stops.
I don't know. I think it's real. Fuck you.
And it's still better. It's still better than the fucking picture they released.
Now, okay, you've got a massive character like Superman, and you're gearing up, you're building hype, you want to show his costume for the first time. What do? You take a candid photo on the set while he's putting it on, and it's all wrinkly and shit. It's not in its best position. Why?
No, what pisses me off most about this is that the city's under attack and it's just casually.
I know, because it's on the set. It's like not a real photo from the movie.
Yeah, but it's still it's not a
just weird context.
The problem with this is if we had fucking 20 different pictures of Superman that already come out and they put this one out, it's not a big deal. The problem is it's the first fucking look we get at this Superman, and what we've been told by James Gunn repeatedly is that he really wants this bright, hopeful Superman to return. And a lot of people thought, hey, after what even though I like Henry Cavill, didn't like his interpretation of Superman, blah, blah, blah. I'm ready for a bright, hopeful Superman. And this doesn't scream that. This looks like a guy who is, fucking, he looks like me if I was fucking Superman. I reluctantly have to go out there and save these miserable fucks in Metropolis. That's how he looks right now.
Yeah, and it looks too much like Cavill's suit. It's too close to the
goddamn lines, dude. Can we stop this design language?
What was that, Lauren? Sorry.
The top of it looks like a sweater.
It does.
The logo doesn't look right.
Yeah, I mean the neckline's based on the new 52, which is the biggest mistake that DC ever fucking made. Which just doesn't sit right. The problem is I mean, if you're a fan, the costume is just such a fucking chimera. You've got new 52 neck. You got Kingdom Come logo for some fucking reason.
Got the undies.
You got the undies back for sure. You got the Cavill sort of markings all over it.
You got knee pads for the producers.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the boots aren't even the right fucking boots either. And it's just like, oh.
And also, it looks like the suit has battle damage or something. Like it looks like dirty. So it's just like I have no real problems with this picture other than the fact that it's the first one that got
I agree
released.
completely.
Because that's the stage for what everybody's interpretation of it will be. A
Right.
picture says 1,000 words. You only get one chance at a first impression, and this wasn't great.
Two birds in a bush equal
Marvel, what
one
Marvel
stone.
has done a lot lately, and I really hate it that they've done it with Thor, especially, and like they've kind of done it with Guardians of the Galaxy now. He's like the reluctant superhero. Like, I don't really want to do this, but I guess I have to. And I feel like that initially was subversive, but now it's the norm. And that's why I don't like this image, because I don't want a reluctant Superman, like a hero who doesn't want to be a hero. Like, how about for once the hero does want to be a hero? Now that actually would be novel, because we're so used to turning the hero stereotype on its head, where it's almost like unheard of, where there is actually someone who wants to just help and is happy to help.
Oh yeah, you want to watch Superman with Christopher Reeve? That's what you want to watch.
That's the movie.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely amazing, and you'll come out feeling really, really hopeful and happy at the end of it. But this picture is so fucking crazy, though. I mean, the costume has got like the right ingredients. Because if you look at the bits which aren't battle damage, it looks nice and light. The red trunks are back, so it's kind of like got the right ingredients. But the back, you've got this big eye or whatever it is, fucking destroying Metropolis, and Superman, the faster than a speeding bullet, is slowly putting his boots on.
Yep.
Well, I think it's a fast speed camera, so he would be going super fast normally. But,
They got the slow mo guys.
Pull up the picture. Pull up the picture.
Yeah, Ryan, that's not the point though. It's the image that you're projecting.
Yeah.
And like again, it's all about just screaming Superman, and this screams Zack Snyder's Superman is what this does.
It doesn't look that different. That's
so it doesn't look that different. It looks too close to it.
The thing that made it.
So right here, this image, like that. If that's the image, I'm sold. I'm 100% in.
Absolutely.
This is what I want. This would make everybody happy.
Yeah.
And that would be perfect. So it's not about him sitting down. It's not about him putting his boots on.
Yeah.
It's about the whole picture. It's about everything that they're presenting and how they're presenting it. This would scream Superman to every Superman fan.
The fact that this is difficult is unfucking believable this far into the superhero game, especially with the original logo right there. Makes Pops, nobody would have a fucking problem with this.
Nope,
no, because it's not just the costume as well. You got like the bright sunlight from Metropolis outside, so it kind of feels more hopeful and
He's
more.
got a little smile.
I was gonna say the only thing I think is missing is the smile at this point, because the
he's got more of a smile on this.
Superman,
he does.
Yeah, the curls there.
Think of the hand on his hips, smiling. That's what I think of when I think of Superman.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And what's interesting, the thing that made the other image look so cheap is kind of what Lauren said. Like, it looks like a sweater. It's not form-fitting, where Superman's outfit should be showing his physique and hugging him like a glove, right? That looks like it's just cheap, that they didn't even properly fit it, and it's too thick.
Well, the costume's not meant to work like that, because it's candid.
He's meant to be standing or like whatever. There probably not going to be too many times where he's like, whoa, like weird. Like, it looks like that.
And if it did happen, they usually paint that out.
Then don't use a photo where that's what he's doing.
Exactly.
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah, look at that.
They wanted him to look non-threatening, I imagine. I could totally see like a female producer being like, we don't want him to be too threatening, so let's have him seated, putting on the boots, you know?
I'm still somewhat hopeful for James Gunn's Superman, though. I am. I like James Gunn. I like James Gunn.
What were you gonna say, Ryan? David Cornsweet.
David Cornsweet like is fucking jacked. Like they got him on the fucking Hollywood steroid program. He got fucking super big. So I like anybody that's worried that because like the shoulders or whatever don't quite fit, like don't think he got big enough. That's not true. There's pictures of him. He's fucking jacked.
No, that guy took years off his life for this role.
Yeah, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You know?
No, I have no problem with it. No, dude, they should bring. Oh my God, baseball needs steroids back in the worst way.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it.
We can break records again.
Fuck yeah, man.
Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa.
Oh, that was Superman. The best. That was the fucking best.
It was fun.
There's Superman.
Yes, there is the definitive Superman. That's the definitive Superman. There will never, ever, ever be another Superman that comes remotely close to that Superman.
There's no
Superman.
Patterns.
No.
There's no lines every fucking where. It's just
it
the
just
colors.
reminds me of the
logo.
single
It's
worst
iconic.
take I've heard on the internet ever, and it came
Shout
from
out to Uche.
Shout out to Uche, the late Uche, who said the Snyder Superman was better than Christopher Reeve. It's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
There is no better
may he rest
Superman
in
than
peace.
Christopher Reeve. There is
Both
no
of them.
better Superman. The
Yes.
greatest
And that-
casting in the history of casting, right there.
That's all his physique as well. That's all. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, it's not padding. That shit is him.
Yeah.
A little while.
Are you saying it's all natural? Is that...
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
he checked.
That's the way I like it.
He checked. Hey, so we were talking about IP mining a little bit earlier. Lord of the Rings made some pretty big news yesterday. Peter Jackson, Philippa Boyens.
Wait, Philip was back?
Yeah, they're all back. Fran Walsh.
Has Peter Jackson been in director jail?
Kinda was, wasn't he?
I just don't.
No,
again, I just
no,
think he
no.
wants to do things.
No, Peter Jackson made billions of dollars off fucking Weta. He sold Weta.
I bet I'm
Yeah,
sure
but has he
I'm sure
directed
JJ made a
anything?
lot of fucking money too. I don't think he's in director jail. I think he just doesn't want to work.
No, Peter
I don't think he
Jackson.
wants to direct.
I don't understand. I don't understand the argument. Yeah, he doesn't need to direct. He's a multi-billionaire. He doesn't give a fuck.
Well,
the
no,
one, Jeremy,
it's not
Jeremy,
an actual physical
Jeremy,
jail.
you want to hear the
okay?
fucking dumbest thing of all time? Peter Jackson said, "I want to direct a Doctor Who episode, and the only thing you have to pay me is a Dalek." And they said no. That's how fucking retarded the BBC is.
Stupid.
Holy shit.
They said no. Do you fucking believe that? Oh my god. Yeah, Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum. By the way, there's a fan film of the same name, and it was taken off of YouTube. Did we find out, Lady Greymaster, if that was put back?
I doubt it was put back. So it had the same name, and it was I think a 13-year-old
13-year-old
video that
fan
had the
film.
same name.
Yep.
It had millions and millions of views, and they put a copyright.
Dude, I remember
block
watching
on
that
it.
in my comic shop, dude. In development with Andy Serkis to direct and star. So Peter Jackson is not. There's a lot of there was some chitter chatter, and it's fine on Twitter. People going, "Why are you being so negative?" Peter Jackson's back. I'm like, hey, that's great. He's not directing. He's just producing. Andy Serkis, who great actor.
And also, I mean, Peter Jackson did The Hobbit, but we saw what that was like. Okay.
There's a lot of factors in The
Serkis like
Hobbit why that was not good.
sub-director?
No, Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis was maybe, I think so. But he also directed Venom 2.
Right. That's true.
Okay.
Right.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
He's been hit and miss because he also 2017 his debut was Breathe, which actually was pretty good.
This will probably be better. I mean, this is going to be better than the Rings of Power. Pretty safe to say.
Oh,
it's a side quest that will. I mean, they're going to make it. I'm still confused. 1 or 2 movies, not sure. So they're going to have to use part of the Shadow of the Past, which is Gandalf pretty much giving the backstory, and then what Aragorn says at the Council of Elrond, which is a paragraph. So they're going to have to make
Right.
2
whole movie out of a
movies out of
paragraph.
those. So
I heard it was going to be called Lord of Ring Gollum.
well, I mean, it did so well in the game. As they did so well with it in the game.
I haven't read the release of when this is actually based, and I can't remember the thing. So is it just when Aragorn was hunting for Gollum after Gandalf? Learns
After
of
he
the
was
ring?
released from
Mordor.
Yeah. From
Yeah,
Mordor. He
amazing.
was out there, then Gandalf and Aragorn go down to hunt him down to find out what
They
he
find
told.
him.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of possibilities because this can be told in flashback, so we can see Frodo. You could see Bilbo if they do the whole riddle thing again. But there's a lot. But they're going to have to recast Aragorn.
Holy crap! This is going to be
They're
another.
going to have to recast
They-
Gandalf.
They're gonna stretch it out and fill it in with just useless CGI nonsense like
Yeah.
they did with the Hobbit.
A
You know what
three-way
they should do?
relationship's coming right at us.
Doesn't Warner Brothers actually have the rights to the Silmarillion?
That is in question. Not sure.
Wouldn't it be funny if they just did an actual Silmarillion like trilogy?
Dude, I mean, that's okay.
Yes.
If Peter Jackson was producing with Andy Serkis the War of the Last Alliance, fuck yeah. I'm there. Let's do it. 3 fucking movies. Let's fucking go. That would be awesome. The estate has the rights, and Embracer Group has some of the rights, but it's not for film distribution, as far as I know. And that's because of the conflicting rights with Warner Brothers. It's murky as hell. So Rings of Power has to rent things from Warner Brothers. They've already had to do that for season 1. They would have to pay Warner Brothers some money to use certain. That's why they're Harfoots and not hobbits. That's why the wizard didn't have a fucking name for the entire. This is so fucking retarded. Just thinking about it, it's so retarded.
Giving me flashbacks.
Oh
man.
my
Rings of
god.
Power is
Oh, July we
amazing.
get a trailer. I predict July we get a Rings of Power trailer at Comic-Con.
Fan film is back up.
Okay,
According to Lady
good,
G.
good. So Andy Serkis is going back to Middle Earth to play Gollum in 2 new Lord of the Rings films. Warner Brothers motion picture groups.
They're gonna why?
Michael DeLuca and Pam Abdi said Thursday that Peter Jackson, Fran Walsh, and Philippa Boyens, the Oscar-winning team behind the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit trilogies, will produce and Serkis will direct. Yes, precious, Serkis said in a statement. The time has come once more to venture into the unknown with my dear friends, the extraordinary and incomparable guardians of Middle-earth, Peter, Fran, and Philippa, which, hey, it's great that they're involved. Absolutely great. It's just
I feel like this is going to be you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like is about to happen here.
I think this is a good point to bring up Russell T. Davies and Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted him back.
Yeah,
And
it's like I've said, like, don't
Oof.
ever think it in 2024 that your heroes will still be your heroes if they were a long time ago. If Howard Stern would have died 30 years ago, everybody would be like, man, if Howard Stern was
The
still
goat.
here, he'd be calling
He's
his
rolling in
bullshit
his
out.
grave right now.
He is the bullshit. Okay.
Yes.
So
Great
this
point.
is that I don't like it. I wish they would just stay away from it.
You don't need to do this.
Especially with Rings of Power right now. I mean, maybe if it hadn't been for Rings of Power, I'd be a little bit more excited because, hey, at least it's something Lord of the Rings Tolkien-esque, but I feel like that's just left such a bad taste in everybody's mouth.
Yeah.
And I think this is a response. I think, for one, Warner Brother, David Zaslav said, we're going to go back to shit that made us money. Okay. So Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, he said Lord of the Rings. We already knew this was coming. It was just in question on whether Peter would sign on or not. And I think Amazon has something to do with this. So points for fucking with Amazon. Absolutely.
I mean,
Hey Gary, did you see Shooty Gatwa's latest quote?
I got it ready.
We got it ready.
Before we jump off topic, let's not forget how great the Hobbit films were, because we've seen what happens when they want to stretch something out so much that they need to now create new content in this universe.
The fan edit.
Andy Serkis, right?
Oh, the fan edit's so good.
The fan edit is so good.
Yes.
It's so
much
fucking
better.
good. Yes.
That's why
when
I
they
say like
stretch it
that
out-
movie's good, but there's a second movie on top of it that's like
That's just not good,
diluting
yeah.
the movie.
Exactly. And so this is them trying to make new additional content that's not necessarily from the source material. That's
this is
now
from the
founded on their
source
own
material,
creativity.
but honestly,
Kind
if
of,
it was
but
a story that needed to be told, Tolkien would have fleshed it out more.
Well, that's
It was, like he had the time. He was working on a whole secondary world, and he decided to flesh out other stuff. It was perfectly told within its story, and it doesn't need to be told.
Why would they not tell like Baron and Luthien? Like tell that story. That's the story I want to see on the big screen.
Exactly. Children of Huron. Like
God, that would be beautiful.
But Gollum. Okay, so what you're going to be showing is Gollum's arc again. He's a tragic character. Well, they kind of pulled that off in the movie and the book.
Mm-hmm.
They pulled off that he was a tragic character. One of my favorite characters. I've said this before, but Gollum represents, and Tolkien did not mean to do this. He represents addiction perfectly. Like a person who suffers from addiction can see themselves in Gollum, because like that is addiction. And
I feel like most of the trans people out there can see themselves in him.
Or her.
Just because of the resemblance. Just because the resemblance, you know.
Wow. They see themselves in the Urukai.
I don't know were there any prominent Lord of the Rings characters that killed themselves? Maybe
I was gonna say that. I don't remember any Urukai killing themselves.
Denethor.
They killed each other. You know, meat's back on the menu, boys. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, it's definitely dog eat dog. Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, shit, I'm going to watch this. I'm going to watch this all fucking day long. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I'll be there opening day, Fuck yeah, but I would rather
I don't
see.
have much.
I wouldn't either, and I would rather see them take a crack at something from the second age for sure.
My
It'd be much
advice
better.
is go into this thinking it's going to be the worst shit you've ever seen, and if it is, you're not going to be disappointed. And if it's halfway decent,
Well,
you're
it's
gonna be
not,
like,
it's not going to be the worst because it can't be worse than Rings of Power.
can't
There's
be.
no way.
It just
Fran
can't
Walsh and Philip
Never say never, Lauren.
Never.
Hey, 3 years we come back and we
You
say,
have not
well,
seen what we have
we
seen.
were wrong.
What's the mantra of the last 6 years? Hope for the best, expect the worst. Okay.
Yes.
And expect even worse than that.
Listen, everybody knows I'm a big Nolan fan. Any day I'm waiting for Nolan to come out as a trans. I'm just waiting for it. Like I'm expecting it
Christy
to happen.
Nolan.
Okay?
As and I
Christy
talked about this.
Nolan.
As and I talked about this, Jeremy. What about Nolan taking on The Prisoner? Would be fucking awesome.
Ooh,
That would
yeah.
be
Oh,
fucking
holy shit! Yeah, that'd be
awesome.
great.
Yes. Well, dude, there's been so many things. Like he was tied to the anime Akira for about 5 years ago. He was there was a lot of speculation that he was going to be involved in that. There's just I don't know what he's going to do next. As long as he's not a trans, I'm good.
Well, dude, his brother is
Jonathan Nolan.
Jonathan
Yeah.
has drank the Hollywood
Yeah.
Kool-Aid for sure. Like he's fucking terrible now. So
Yeah.
But he did okay with Fallout. That was him, right?
yeah.
Nah, I didn't like. I only saw the first 2 episodes of Fallout, and I
Jeremy didn't think there was enough. Jeremy didn't think there was enough rape in it, so he fucking turned it off.
The first episode had rape in it. What are you talking about?
It's not enough for Jeremy.
That was rape by deception. It's not rape enough.
Yeah.
I thought that's what rape was.
Not
It was
rapey enough.
consensual
Hey,
rape.
as what
I
was this
feel
quote?
vindicated about Fallout because it is so bad that Mauler did a full, one of his deep dives.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Chad's like, I feel vindicated with my opinion because another person has the same
exactly
opinion.
because he's pointing out the stuff I was pointing out.
Jesus
It's there.
Christ.
Fallout is dog crap.
I'm glad Mueller vindicated you by being Mueller. What's this? Oh, okay.
Oh,
I have not heard. I have not heard this.
Oh boy.
Looks like he's getting ready to
It's
suck
pretty
a dick.
rich.
Oh, by the way, before you start it, this is season 1. This is season 1. They are rebooting it.
Oh, so it's Nurse What? Gotcha.
It's Nurse What? Exactly.
Nurse What,
It's not Doctor Who. It's Nurse What?
Yeah.
There we go.
I think that there will be no way to not. You have to address race. I think like the Doctor has been. This is the first time the Doctor has been black for this long, and he tends to spend most of his time on Earth. It's a favorite of his, and so yeah, it would be essential to explore race within this tenure. It's something that I would want to do, and like, I don't think you could ignore it. You can't ignore my chocolateness, so we're not going to ignore that.
You can actually like the fact that Blade was black meant like
nobody gave
Hey,
a shit.
wait. So how did they ignore that Sir Isaac Newton was Indian? Okay, like
That
they
version.
just fucking ignored that.
yeah, they ignored that.
Nobody said like, man, you don't look anything like the fucking paintings, dude.
That was way off.
By the
Harry
way,
Houdini's wife was gutted to
Samsonite.
find out that
he
he
was
fucking
gay.
her as well.
yeah, they just went out there and said Houdini is gay, and it's like, whoever said Houdini was gay?
Yeah.
It was all the tight outfits he used to wear.
Yeah,
It was all the
Always trying to get
escaping
guys
from
to
Terry.
destroy his gut.
Maybe he was trans.
Come on.
Probably
That's
trans.
He
that's
did
where
technically kill him.
That's where Houdini hid all of the fucking like handcuff keys right up his ass. So.
And on that bombshell,
his prison wallet.
Gary, on that bombshell, I have to drop now. So,
Me too.
Bye.
Bye. I'm so,
yeah, thank you.
I was really hoping that Odin would stay for longer than Ash, then hold it over for him. Like, hold it over
But no,
forever.
Dude, I know.
he couldn't do it.
I was
Odin, learn how to
leaving, and he
YouTube,
still had
man.
to fucking do it.
yes.
Come on.
And he
Odin
even
would've
says
just-
to me, he says to me, he doesn't normally say to me, he just fucks off. He's like, oh, I've been here for 5 minutes and said, fuck all, time to go.
He said a lot this episode. I was surprised.
He did.
I know.
Good on him. You know?
Yeah.
Him saying they were trans is the first thing he said in an hour and a half.
It was funny though, so there you go. As long as it works.
Right, I gotta be up because I got men coming around to deal with my pipes.
Oh boy!
What's that fucking game we used to play? British or gay?
Yes.
Along with homeless or hipster.
The crying game.
God, you just made it so much more awkward.
I did. Well, usually Az says it at that part.
You are a white motherfucker. You are a white motherfucker.
He was singing
Absolutely.
rap earlier.
I was.
Oh shit!
That fucking clip of you rapping, God, it's so good. Intro is so good.
I haven't seen this.
I promise I won't do it again. I promise I won't do it again. So, speaking of Doctor Who, real quick, got to plug what I'm doing afterwards. I will be watching the first 2 episodes and going live on Nerdrotic Live to react to them, and hopefully never watch it again. But we'll see what happens. I can't wait to see the trans bad guy, girl guy.
Not already coming out. When's the release date?
In about an hour.
Oh, really?
Today.
In about an hour.
I need to watch that.
Are you going to be able to
Okay.
ignore the chocolate?
Not if they hang a lantern on it and just make it a
Well,
really
you know
big
what?
thing.
I mean, this is the series that had a white fucking woman, Karen, tell Rosa Parks what to do on the bus.
The real thing. That was real.
That was real. Written by a white English guy. Had his white Karen doctor give Rosa Parks the suggestion. So fucking bad.
Gosh.
And that's not even the worst thing. They did
She
that
snuck
season.
into Martin Luther King's house and gave him a
Yes.
dream.
Yeah. Oh, Martin Luther King was in the episode. Yes, he was.
Was he
But
having,
just to say
was
that
he having
that's a
sex
real
with
thing. I
prostitutes?
never would have believed you that
Probably.
would, like, there actually is a Doctor Who Rosa Parks episode, but they did
Yes,
that.
they did.
that, and they failed upward to now being on Disney.
Oh, and they felt so strongly about it, they made up an award to give themselves for it. I'm not joking.
The White Savior Award goes to
Try not
Doctor
to
Who.
break your hand patting yourself on the back.
We are so amazing. Such a fucking bad show.
Progressive.
Most people missed how bad that show got, and it's going to be so much worse. So yeah, I'll be live reacting to that later. Old school live react after a show. By the way, we're going to be bringing that back for House of the Dragon.
Yes.
With Ryan and Mahler. So we'll be on this channel live after every episode that airs weekly at the same time. Weekly at the same time. Isn't
What
that
night would
great?
that be?
That's Sunday night.
Sunday nights.
Sunday
Yeah.
nights.
Oh
Well,
wait,
it'll
is that
probably end up being
after
like-
Forbidden Frontier?
Yeah.
After.
It'll probably end up being what? It'll come out at 9, right? So
It'll
9
come out
Eastern.
at 8 for me.
Central.
9
Yeah,
Eastern.
9
Yeah.
Eastern.
We'll
That's
probably end up
perfect.
going live around like 11 Eastern or something.
Yeah, we do a little
Something like
live
that.
stream, talk about it.
10:30, 11, yeah.
Remember when you used to sit at home on Sunday? And let's talk about the early seasons. A Game of Thrones, and it'd be kind of exciting. Like you look forward to it.
Yeah.
That was a good.
What's
time.
going to happen to my favorite character?
Bro, I remember when I was going through chief season in the military, when you get promoted to chief, it's a whole big fucking deal for like 6 weeks. But you have to like call and talk to a bunch of different people during that time every single day to invite them to shit that you're doing the next day. On Sundays, I had a list of people I was not allowed to call on fucking Sunday nights because I was not allowed to interrupt Game of Thrones. It was like you would get fucking destroyed the next day if you interrupted Game of Thrones for them.
It was the same way in the early seasons of The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I
Oh,
used to
yeah.
have I used to go
Yeah.
to friends'
Yes.
houses for both of those shows for watch parties, and it's all we would talk about afterwards. It was huge. I don't think there's even like hot tea isn't the same.
No, not
I
yet.
think it's
no.
just the climate. I just think the climate's just different. We're never going to be on the same page on anything like that unless it's.
If
I
it
don't
continues
know.
to
I mean,
get
Those are the
good,
binge
like,
model.
I think House of the Dragon has a lot of momentum. I don't think it'll ever achieve what that was.
Yeah,
but
Game of Thrones is insane, but the first season was pretty damn fucking impressive
solid.
viewership numbers.
Yep.
So,
But you're right. Walking Dead used to be watched by more people than Game of Thrones for the first 2 or 3 seasons. Walking Dead.
Walking Dead was
Game of Thrones.
Walking Dead was the biggest show on TV for a long time. I think it was still the biggest show when I checked out. Just because I was getting tired of it.
Are they bringing that back? I saw something with like Rick and Michonne.
Yeah, that's a new series they're doing. Yeah, that's actively airing right now, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Pretty fitting for a show about zombies to not ever fucking die. See what you did there, AMC.
I checked out of that show about around the same time I checked out of the comic when I realized, I just want the zombies to win because fuck all these people.
Yeah.
Once it gets to like season 7 or 8, it's like, all right.
Jesus, okay.
Come on.
Yeah. I checked out like before Negan was introduced, and then I started watching just because I heard all the hype, and then I was like, I'm done.
I think I watched
a couple
half
episodes.
the season into after Negan showed up.
So you watched what, like three or four seasons, Jeremy?
When
no,
Glenn
that was
died.
Negan was like
Negan was like
Negan's like season 4 or
6.
5. That's why I said.
That's what I'm saying. So right before it was because around the governor, right after
you just
the
say
governor.
it so aggressively, Ryan.
Yeah.
I think that's what
he says everything aggressively.
Yeah. Like I said, when
I think
it
the governor
stopped
was
being
season
good,
3.
when it stopped being good, which actually. When Shane died is when it stopped being good. Let's be real.
Let's be real.
So halfway through season 1 or
the
whatever.
dynamic between Shane and Rick was the best dynamic.
Nothing equaled season 1. Season 1 was fucking great.
It really was
so great.
It really
Frank
was.
Darabont wrote that, and then became difficult. And
all right, so Negan is season 7. Go fuck yourself, Ryan.
Yeah, it was 6 or 7. Yeah.
Whatever.
So I was like, up
pretty late.
to like 5. Oh, whatever. Yeah.
Because it was the governor, then it was the other.
People. Why are you getting mad?
He's always mad.
I know.
Did you order the fucking pizza? That's what he does.
It's like the Batman because of the editing, not because of the diversity breakdown. I'm sorry, Ryan. Okay.
Yeah. I was wrong. I thought it was 5th season. It was 6th season when he was introduced. So
yeah, go
my
fuck
bad.
yourself.
I was off 1 season.
How you doing,
I thought
Lauren?
the governor was season 3.
Isn't it?
Was the governor not season 3?
I thought governor was season 3, and then they go off to
I thought he was
meet
I thought he was 4. I thought the governor
there was the
4.
prison, and then there were the cannibals that they thought were good people, but they weren't. There were
Was
cannibals.
governor not season 4?
Hey, the cannibals weren't good people. Who would have
I
thought?
don't remember.
Yeah, it turns out.
At the end of the day, the first 4 or 5 seasons were really fucking good, especially the first 2.
And then you were just like, we're doing the same thing over and over and over.
And then it
we're
got
going to something,
really
building it
repetitive.
up, crashing it
Did
down.
you guys ever watch Fear the Walking Dead?
I watched a
I
little
love
bit
that
of it, and I didn't
show.
like it.
I did
I
not.
liked it.
Shut up, X-Ray Girl.
Whatever, I'm a
I
normal.
wanted to like it, but I couldn't get into it. I hated all of the characters.
Yeah.
At certain points, like, why am I watching this? I hate your stupid daughter.
Oh, she gets
Oh
bit.
no, she was annoying.
Yeah, I was excited about it when it was announced and introduced, and I watched several of the first episodes. I guess first maybe handful of episodes, but I just wasn't connected to the story of the characters like I wanted to be.
You guys watch The Witcher?
Hang on.
I've not heard of that.
New
What,
image.
what
Yeah,
is
this
that?
looks awful.
So this is the stunt double.
Oh,
This
let
is
me-
the stunt double.
It's stunt double. Yeah.
And also, it's not a fucking posed picture. It's just like he's probably like listening to some dumb bitch talk or something. Like he's just sitting there. But
That's
it's
pretty
not a
easy to
great look.
assume. That's pretty easy to assume on the Witcher set, Ryan.
Looks friggin'
I know.
awful.
It's always looked awful. All of the costuming has always looked like trash. It looked like trash from season 1.
I didn't mind season 1.
Remember that when they
the
had
ball
like
sack
the ball
villains?
sack looking armor?
Yeah, yeah.
It's always been bad.
All right, I like it. I'm talking about the armor the Witcher wore. The ballsack armor was an absolute crime.
Atrocious.
Against humanity.
Look,
It was
the truth is,
unbelievably
I know everybody loves Henry Cavill. Truth is, Superman wasn't fucking good, and The Witcher was never fucking good.
Yep.
You can love him all you want. He never made these fucking movies or shows good. They were still
but I
dog
feel like
shit.
the writing was that wasn't his fault. I will defend
No, I'm
him.
not saying this. I like Henry Cavill a lot. I do, but at the end of the day, these are shit movies and shit shows, regardless if he's in them or not. He's not making them better because they are bad. They are both bad. And he's cool. He's a great guy. He's an awesome guy. And if he could get better scripts and better directing around him, he would be a megastar. But that's not going to happen in 2024 because he's a toxic white male who respects the fans.
He's been in so much shit. It's insane. Like Argyle, total trash.
Hey, by the way, Dan Vask is close to 1 million, and he's very gay. So I want to tell the chat to please subscribe to Nerdrotic Live because we are so close to 100,000 subscribers. Please subscribe to Nerdrotic Live. Please subscribe to Nerdrotic Live. Fucking Dan, screw that guy, man.
Have you finished your?
I've got my notes. I have the structure of a song.
Okay, got it.
No.
Okay.
Dude, it's like I wrote them down in this notebook. They're funny. I think they're funny, but I got to run it by Dan to see if he thinks they're funny. So
Who cares if he thinks they're funny? Like this is literally the bet. Like you get to make him say whatever the fuck you want him to say.
Well, I want it to be funny, look at that. We're so close.
96.1.
So close. Let's go.
Let's go. Nerdrotic Live. I'll be on that channel in a couple of hours. But let's get to super chats.
That was the last thing. that I had going for me is G&G has 300,000 sub channels. Now Gary's going to do that and killing me at every fucking thing. I might as well just fucking end it all. Fuck you, Gary.
Okay.
Yep. Your terms are acceptable.
Your terms are acceptable. And Ryan can run all the channels.
That's right.
And it'll just be Ryan all the fucking time. It's a slight bump. You'll just go from 96 videos a month to 106.
I don't know. True. If you keep Tuesday night's main event on the same level as last time, you might be pumping those numbers
I
up.
don't think we can do that and keep the channel. So I don't think we can do that.
Yeah, that's like having a gay black rapper segment. I mean, it's
dude.
probably not a good idea.
Main event was probably the craziest live stream I've ever hosted last week for all 5 hours. It was wild and it was fun, but we're gonna have to dial it back a little bit. Just a little bit, just a tad bit. We're gonna dial it back.
Just a little.
No more ketchup bottles.
Yeah, we went. It's weird because we
What about
went
ketchup
from,
packets?
and you guys keep asking why Ryan's not on main event. Like 2 weeks ago, there were more black people on the panel than white people, and you want to know why Ryan's not there?
Yeah,
I mean, we had like six
I'm not
black guys on
associated
there.
with geeks and gamers.
Yeah,
well,
it was awesome.
It was what I caught of it. It was insane.
It was fucking wild. It was wild.
RJ Spain 56 for $68 because I'm enjoying celebrating my 68th birthday. Holy shit, you're old. With young folks like Gary and Ryan. Thanks for another year of YouTube fun and frivolity. Thank you. Happy 68th. Enjoy what time you have left, my friend. It's not much.
I hope you're not one of those fucking people that's too old to drive or shop or any of the other people that piss me off on a daily basis.
Who's too old to shop?
Lauren, you're telling me you never been stuck behind some useless fuck who can't figure out the self-checkout and figure out how to pay, like whatever. The older you get, the worse you are at everything.
I look for you've never worked in retail.
Jeremy, I am with you. I want Ryan to live to 120.
Dude,
I want him he has a little catheter and a colostomy bag and a fucking nurse following him around, just being the most bitter fuck of all time.
I want Ryan to be like when Hank in Breaking Bad, remember when he was injured and he was so miserable because he couldn't do anything? I want Ryan's last 50 years on Earth to be like that for him. Just miserable as fuck, can't do anything, can't wipe himself.
I'd have X-ray girls smuggle me into Canada so they could kill me.
Call it Old Man Ryan. The journey.
Ryan has a point. Like if you've worked in retail, you kind of know.
Oh yeah,
I worked in
yeah.
retail. Took me, there was an old guy, I don't know how old, maybe 90. He looked like he would die in a week. He came in and it took me, no joke, an hour to just sell him some CDs. And he wouldn't let me go. He'd keep talking to me. He even grabbed my arm so I couldn't leave. And he had the worst freaking breath imaginable. Like,
oh no.
That's why you put music on these things.
He kept wanting to tell you about the war or some bullshit. I know.
You remember when Redbox was a thing and you'd have that old person in front of you at Redbox and it took them like an hour and you're like fucking kill me. Do you want me to show you how to do it?
That was my mom.
Or like the person that you're sitting there, you're at a right turn stoplight, and they fucking refuse to go because they're so old and dumb they can't figure it fucking out. They're too scared to do it. You shouldn't be on the fucking road.
Oh my god.
Dude, I'm like a year away from that.
Oh man.
Hey, when I get my Social Security, you're all on your own, motherfucker.
If there's any left.
Well, there won't be. Carl Anderson, 2 parts for $200. Says, hey, Gary and crew. This is my first time super chat. Oh, it will not be gentle. And I wanted to say thank you for all you. Thanks to all of you for the. I almost lost, dude. I almost.
Speaking of old people that slow the process down, holy shit.
That stroke is
to all of you, the immense entertainment you've given me over the last 6 to 7 years. Has it been that long? Oh shit. That includes you as well, roaming millennial. I was part of that group that David Collins sent you. There you go. And part 2 was I just got a new job starting Monday that's going to pay pretty well. Well, good for you. So I wanted to share a little bit with the fellowship that has given me so much. Hail Geeks and Gamers, and hail the gorgeous Lauren Chen simp. I also started my own channel called The Last Gate Jumper. Thank you. Speaking of simp, sorry, Lauren. Nick Brony, 2 super chats for $9.99 each, says, came for Lauren, stayed for the rest of the show. We're something of a Lauren simp ourselves. Do you have multiple personality, or are you trans? Like, what the hell's going on, Nick?
Well, I say thank you to both of you.
Yes.
I've been trying to remember what your old name was for ages.
Holy crap.
Oh, roaming millennial. That's
Roaming
my
millennial.
email, by the way.
That is
I'm
old
not
school.
giving it up.
No, don't.
Because I forgot what it was. I was like, she wasn't always Lauren Chen. What? But yeah, now the chat reminded me.
Chet, she was always Lauren Chen.
Yeah, she.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I'm retarded. Thanks for pointing that out. Everyone knows I'm retarded. Yeah.
I've had people complain why I didn't change my last name when I got married, and it's like, look, I've already had to do a big rebrand, and it's hard every time. Like people get confused. It's like I'm not doing it a third time.
Legalize Adulthood has gifted 40 Nerdrotic memberships for $200.
Legalize Adulthood.
I don't know if that'll ever happen around here, but yes, that's me. And I took it personally. I did.
I mean, look, that is the type of autistic detail that I.
Yeah, seriously, but nobody gives a fuck because we don't fuck California. I don't give a shit about the geography.
They didn't get the streets right. There should have been more human shit in the streets than monkey shit.
That's true. Mm-hmm. Well, a joke could be made that if we're watching Dawn of the Planet of the Apes now, you're just like I don't see the difference. They're the same thing.
I was a little bit like that when I was watching Fall Guy because it's based in Sydney, and that's a place I'm actually familiar with. And I was just like, oh, is that actually that street? Anyway,
I was talking about the city, by the way. Actually, it's more of a zombie apocalypse than anything. I don't know what you were thinking, chat, but
that is very offensive, Gary.
I hope so. Cryptic for $10 says, with Lauren and X-Ray Girl on the same stream, I hope we don't have to recreate a recreation of the 1979 Sino-Vietnamese War.
What?
Wait,
Not
are you
aware of that.
Vietnamese?
Yeah. Well, I'm
Oh, okay.
mixed Viet Chinese, so.
Okay, I have like 3% Vietnamese in me, so there's that.
Charlie's in the trees.
Oh wait, by the way, guys, I am texting with our friend Teddy from Universal, and he says hi to everybody.
What's up,
Oh,
Ted?
nice. What's up, Ted?
Great guy.
Yeah,
Everyone
cool.
go to Universal. So much better than Disney nowadays.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like not
Oh,
even
hell yeah.
comparable.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to go back.
That's awesome.
Just to go because I missed it. Believe me, Mrs. Nerdrotic was pissed. We were supposed to go to the park and everything, and I had to come back to make videos. Yeah, we didn't get to ride Hagrid, you know?
I know.
I still haven't written that. I was so
It's a
upset. I
fun
went back.
ride.
Man,
It's hot as fuck right now. Yesterday it
It's
was like
brutal.
it's fucking just barely the beginning of May, and yesterday it was like 110 degrees with the heat index. It's like God,
Yeah.
That's what it was here yesterday.
Orlando
miserable.
next year, MegaCon. We'll have the big meetup. We will announce it well in advance. We're gonna get this.
As
this was
we'll
gonna
be there.
This was
As
gonna
we'll
be
there.
awesome. Really?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
Just like that. This will be the meetup.
What the hell is
doing?
that?
What the hell is going on? Whoa, what the? There's so much going
It
on.
actually looks like he's under the silverback.
I like the
instead of
slow
the
realization of what's happening.
Dude, there's so much. There's so much going
there's
on.
a lot going on.
That is so wrong.
They got that fucking Photoshop cross or lazy
Yeah,
eye
like, what the
picture of me.
fuck?
Like, what in the world?
This is so bad.
It looks
This
like
is
I'm
so
the one
bad.
with the glass eye.
Oh man. But yeah, Orlando MegaCon next year. If you guys look up the dates on that, that's where it's all going to be built around, and we will announce it probably in the next few months. I'm going to start working out the details and have some announcements for everybody about everything. So
What,
I'm looking
what
forward to
months
it.
next
So
year?
I think it's it's either January or February. Let me look it up right
It's
now.
February, I believe.
Let's
And
see.
Az is going to be there?
MegaCon.
Yes.
Allegedly.
Yes.
So MegaCon 2025 dates are looks like February 6th through the 9th.
February.
Right.
I
6th
would
through the
like
9th.
to try and make that one.
Mhm.
Yeah, same.
God, that's fucking Super Bowl Sunday. You fucking retards at MegaCon. God.
Really?
Does anyone care about the fucking Super
Ooh,
Bowl?
I
don't
don't,
care.
but it depends on where it is. Where is
we
it?
Could, we could go
I do,
somewhere.
though.
We could go somewhere. We're rent a Dave and Buster's out or some shit, man. That'd be awesome. Let's fucking go.
I love
Yeah,
Dave
I'm
and
sure it'll
Buster's.
be cheap right now. Dave and Buster's on Super Bowl Sunday.
Just grift it. Let's go.
Let's go.
What?
I don't know where this is
I
from.
don't know where that's from.
I
think
did see this picture, not the Asian-y edit or like
no, it was
hentai
the,
edit or whatever.
it was us reacting to the Acolyte reactions on Real BBC because I think Grizzy probably put a video out, but there was a bunch of people just with doing their overreacting to the Acolyte, which
I'm so excited for that. That actually might be the thing I'm most looking forward to.
YouTube is in love with people ripping on the Acolyte because I am getting recommended absolutely everything Acolyte. It's fucking terrible. The comments on it are great. Read the comment section. You want a good chuckle, read the comment section on pretty much any Disney trailer that's not Deadpool and Wolverine right now that aren't taken down. But they're great. Paul Belfiore for 50. Chrissy, this is not an attack. Hey, she won't take it as one because she's not here. Because we're all very glad you're back, but you should be advised we're all quite surprised that the baby did not come out black. I mean, facts. Facts. J-Dog and Lincoln for 50. Hail FNT, G&G and the Fellowship. Wanted to shout out to Gary and Mrs. Nerdrotic because I won the FNT jacket. Oh, congrats. And was not looking forward to this week, but that turned my whole week around. Now I will have to come to meet up to get all you fellow degenerates to sign it. Hell yeah. We'll have some. There's one in San Antonio. We just talked about MegaCon. It's Vegas.
Wait, when are you guys going to be in San Antonio?
Space Con.
That's October.
October.
Okay.
And for those that want to win things, they do swag Sundays, I believe, monthly on the Instagram account. So please sub to the Nerdrotic Insta.
The San Antonio one is easy, Lauren, because I live here. So
I'm going to be in San
very
Antonio first week of June for YWLS, Young Women's Leadership Summit.
Wow. I was totally invited to that. I'm a great young woman.
There's so many women in the audience, Gary, that they're like, we just need to have this man here to speak.
Well, I can identify. That's all right. That's cool. Well, hey, DM us. DM us about that. We're here. Comics is here too.
Yep.
In this
awesome.
Wonderful city.
He's short.
And he's very short.
Why is that relevant?
Kratos, El Grados on the Streamlabs side for 50.
Sorry, comic.
Don't be sorry. Fuck off, Jeremy. Look at all gay on us for. Fucking Az is apologizing for interrupting. Jeremy's apologizing for an obvious statement. What the fuck's going on with you guys right now? Stop it. It's because Lauren's here. Just because Lauren's here, you're all changing your behavior now.
Shut up, old man. Lauren's classy. Come on, you gotta be nice.
Comics is simping now. Comics is
Now comics is doing it as well. All right, I didn't believe it until now. Now something clearly is wrong, and it's all Lauren's fault.
I love it when you call me Big 50. Shout out to Skinamax, Ballbusters, Wrong Think, and green-haired anti-liberals new show. Hail, by the way. I love their shirt, The Force is Fucked, by the way. That's a great shirt.
That is great.
Cooking the Books. Happy birthday, Cloud. Happy birthday. Bitcoin Guy for 50. I have some drinking game based on Star Wars Acolyte. Don't worry, Gary. It's safe even for you. It goes, take a shot anytime a white male is on the screen. Being sober as fuck is guaranteed. Hail FNT.
Yeah, pretty accurate.
Well, it'd be like finding a white guy in the bunker at the end of the Planet of the Apes movie because you won't find one.
Are we counting villains?
In the promotional material, the only white person or the only white man that I've seen, ironically, was a prisoner. So I'm flipping stereotypes on their heads there, I guess. But
right.
Yeah.
John McKinley for $49.99. Hard RK Outpost 199 in the Fellowship. Let's make it happen. I have so little LOL. Always glad to be here. I know half of you half as well as I should, and I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve.
I'm just happy Gary got through that one.
Once I know what it is, it was fine. It was fine.
Just that line in Lord of the Rings doesn't get enough credit. That is one of the most well-constructed pieces of dialogue ever written.
It is the ultimate British insult.
I
like
love it.
The British insult better than anybody else.
It's honestly, it's up there with the opening of Pride and Prejudice. The word structure and use of language, very top tier. Right?
Yes. Ministry of Wrong Thing for $49.99. I'm no finance guy, but maybe Disney turning on their family audience in exchange for those who don't want kids, can't have kids, delete their kids, and have a 41% chance of unsubscribing from life in general wasn't a good plan in the long-term growth. I agree.
Yeah,
good point.
They did lean into the whole Disney adult thing, like way too much, being followed by influencers. And that's the problem when you have a bunch of fucking old, out-of-touch fucks running your company. And there's this great divide between like the old bankers and then the 25-year-old who took women's studies and is in the HR department, like running your company. Like they have no fucking idea what's going on. And then there's a dude dressing your daughter at fucking Disneyland. That happened pretty quick. Are they still doing that, by the way? I haven't seen videos.
Maleficent was a man recently.
Yeah, there was something recent.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah. That's not confirmed. Nobody did the, Mick Dundee test. But the voice, pretty.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious what was going on there, but no, I guess confirmation. But yeah, there's still been a few instances.
Fucking go to Universal instead. Jeremy, you were talking about it the other day, and I like fucking Galaxy's Edge, Disney Star Wars Land.
How do you fuck that up?
How do you fuck that up? Kathleen Kennedy found a way, and you're right. It looks like Baghdad. It looks like Iraq. We were there. I mean, after the bombing.
It looks like where Bin Laden was hiding out.
It does.
It does.
And then you have Harry Potter at Universal, and it looks exactly like it. It's brilliant.
Yeah. And
And
classic
Universal
Marvel.
also has, if you have kitties, they have the whole Dr. Seuss area.
Yep.
Yeah. And with what they're doing with Epic Universe is going to be incredible. That's going to just be mind blowing. All the stuff we've seen from that so far. So Universal is poised to really, again, continue to put a dent in that market share. As I've said, if people think that they're going to just match Disney number for number, they don't understand. They're never going to do that. It's never going to happen. But the market share is continuing to chip away at that. And yeah, Epic Universe is going to be huge. And Disney has nothing to counter it at this point. Go ahead, Lauren.
No, I was just going to say, like, also, I think people are kind of sleeping. No one really talks about these films as much as they should, but they do crazy numbers. All of the Illumination Studios movies, right?
Yes,
I mean, they
Minions,
absolutely
yeah.
dominate every single time.
Yep.
And no one really talks about it. I've heard people in the animation industry make fun of them because they're not as, they don't take risks the way that Disney sometimes does, but their movies are always profitable. They're never weird. It's just straightforward movies. Kids love Minions, and Minion stuff is at Universal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I mean, I kind of like the Minions too. Not in a boomer way, but in a like a young, ironic way.
And then they have the Halloween Horror Nights, for Halloween. Everything is cool at Universal. And again, 10 years ago, if you would have told me that I preferred Universal over Disney World, I would have called you crazy. But they have fallen off so bad now, and it's not getting any better. It's not improving. And I think they're going to have long-term damage that they're putting on their brand and their image. And people are going to continue to move over to Universal. And again, the amount of money and resources they're putting into this Epic Universe expansion is
insane.
Huge. It's big time.
When is that going to be completed for the Epic Universe?
I don't know. I think sometime in the
right?
Yeah, sometime in 2025, but I don't know exactly when. And yeah, it's gonna.
See what happens in my annual pass when that opens up. I want to know what the prices are going to be.
Yeah, I heard that.
Right.
But yeah, it's exciting times with what Universal's doing.
No Green Rocks on the Streamlabs side for 50. What's up, brother? Hail FNT. I finally finished the Vegas vlog, and it's live on the Legion of Memers channel, so go check it out. It would be an honor if y'all could check it out. Thank you all so much, and hail the fellowship. Hail to you, man. It's great seeing you. Hail.
Great seeing you, man.
Luffy the Sun God, 2 parts for 40 British pounds, proper money. Hail the fellowship. I must say, I am enjoying the Schadenfreude that is this week in entertainment. I've had a great week. It's been awesome watching them lose 10%. The Nelson Peltz thing played out exactly like the last one, except, he didn't do a proxy war, but he threatened to do a proxy war, bumped up the stock a little bit. Then the following quarter, it went right back down. Same fucking thing happened. So, and all Bob Iger had to do was repeat himself 6 times, and the stockholders fall for it. At least one financial analyst asked a question about Marvel, one, and it wasn't that harsh, but the fact that he goes, well, he called it a pipeline, by the way. He said, do you think it's going to be, you think you're going to be reinvigorated? Which is, from a banker. That's not from just a stockholder. It was a pretty good question, and it caused Bob to say things like IP mining, which is fucking gold. Absolute gold. Disney stock down, HD2 Victor, Helldivers 2 Victory, which was good. And a host.
Well, yeah.
It's not looking like
we're not done yet. The battle is still raging.
It is not over.
Well, is it
Hold the
over
line,
for Helldivers? I mean,
No.
you're talking.
No, it's
Okay,
Sony. Sony's
Sony.
gone into the dark, and they're manipulating shit in the back.
Yep.
Oh.
But the victory that we initially celebrated was there, but it's far more complicated than it seemed on the surface.
Like I said last week, we won the battle, but we have not won the war yet.
That's true.
Yep.
At least
But
you got
normally,
it done.
Gary, and I apologize because normally Gary is in tune with all the gaming news. It's just this was one.
I was making a video and I
he was making a
slept on
video.
it.
Normally he knows.
Yeah.
But I'll know everything in the next 5 minutes. So,
yeah.
And a host of dev studio closures and more layoffs at Kotaku. Unfortunately, Alyssa Mercanti, the wife stalker, survived. Yeah, that was I saw the whole breakdown of that. She was complaining about people going after her family, and then she went after somebody else's family on Facebook. She's
I
just
think inversely.
No,
of
yeah.
that.
She went after
She
someone
went
else.
after,
She
yeah.
messaged someone's wife.
so
some
okay, the
YouTuber.
inverse. Gotcha.
Yeah, and basically was like, "How do you feel about your husband being a toxic male? The father
Dude,
of your
how
children."
many those of us who are married, how many of our wives would tell them to fuck off?
I know.
It's so funny.
And,
Like, what?
And then
she's going to be the last roach in the building.
And then when people made a big deal of this, she puts a tweet out saying, well, you guys can message my, family, my parents. It's no big deal. Now, we all know why she was doing that. She was basically laying a trap. And then, of course, some people on the internet did it. And then she played the fake victim because that's what she wanted to do. I hope that they don't fire her for at least another few months. I'm enjoying the content. I'm enjoying making videos. And look, their YouTube channel is dying. Their site is dying. And she's just a clickbait face for us at this point. So keep making a clown of yourself.
She is Frost Part 2.
Wow.
She really is. Yeah, she really
She is not only,
but worse.
She's a double whore. She is a regular whore and an attention whore.
Hey, I like it. I like
you
it.
go.
I will say this, just on pure analytics, Frost drove 10 times the numbers that Alyssa Mercante does. Frost
but
was getting
Alyssa
us big
Mercante
numbers.
is worse as a person because Frost knew when to shut up once in a while, just once in a while.
What happened to that bitch?
Yeah. She's a cop in Northern England, remember?
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, she made the jump.
She made the jump and Games Workshop is next. There's also an article about Kung Fu Panda 4 director saying he was invited to a meeting to discuss the rising popularity of anime. Wow. That's like Bob Iger saying, hey, kids, I heard kids like video games.
Video games are a thing.
Anime's popular. Yeah, watch out.
20 years too late.
Yeah, watch out. Eastern Entertainment. Hollywood's going to come and rape you too, just like they're raping video games right now. Pops for 100 on the Streamlabs side. Lauren, I'm a fan, but I don't know if I should report you to the police for elder abuse for making your father watch Velma season 1 and 2. Yeah, what is up with that?
Messed up.
What is up with that, young lady?
We need to address this, Lauren.
It's true. I did do that, but the good news is I did not force him to watch Bros in theaters with me or Poor Things.
God.
So there's a limit. I have a limit. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's a little bit of torture.
You went to see Bros? God.
Oh. Well, no, that's why I didn't. I waited until it came out on stream. Oh, wait, I did make him watch it on stream.
You're terrible.
You awful human being.
Wow.
Totally exposed.
But you didn't make him go to the theater to watch it with a couple gay dudes in the theater.
Hey, there you go.
That's
See?
something.
That was a rom-com so bad gay people didn't like it, Ryan. Like nobody went.
It's true.
Props to Pops for putting up with that abuse. Blackguard.
But you know what's weird? Of all the stuff that I drag him to, my mom wanted to go see Fall Guy. He fought us on that. He ended up liking it, but I think he thought it was just going to be a regular rom-com.
Yeah, there's a shit ton of action. I think Fall Guy's a fun fucking movie. I want to watch it again. It's just,
same here.
Yeah,
Like, it doesn't get enough credit. The stunt work is just brilliant. In it.
It's phenomenal.
And did they actually break that record of how many flips the car did?
Yeah.
Because that was
This
in
is
the
an
after
actual-
credits, and they actually are celebrating in the after credits. the
D-Day
regular production
Cobra's
crew.
tile is sponsored by Webcam Utility, by the way.
Webcam utility.
There's something. Kenny Omega's apparently tweeting about DSP right now, and I'm like, what the fuck? Kenny Omega's a professional wrestler, and he's tweeting about DSP right now.
All right.
Memology just tweeted
DSP will outlive us all.
DSP is the greatest.
There will be
thing
no
ever.
humanity left, and DSP will be streaming. Okay.
But
It's like a cockroach. You
The
just went,
camera will be on the whole
the whole
time.
time. Blackguard 4 has gifted 10 Nerdrotic memberships for 50. Thank you. Hell yeah. Magnum Norse for $100. My neighbor looks like a Biden voter, so they're dead.
You live next to a cemetery?
Yeah. Probably never seen a snatch in his entire life. Maybe if he goes to Starbucks, he can find some insane coffee whore who can use the jiggle physics. Jeez. What?
That was so aggressive.
Thanks for coming on the show, Lauren.
I'm so confused.
I am confused, but then I'm not. Judah for $50.
I was wondering where that one was going.
You X-Ray Girl didn't catch a slur that I almost just ran right
I
through.
didn't know that was a slur, though.
It
that was the worst part.
Was it a K word?
No. Well,
no,
it was
a phrase.
It was a
Like,
phrase.
2 words.
That's
Put it in
kind
the
of like
private chat?
on a yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah,
What's the
I
phrase?
had no idea.
I remember hearing you
As soon
say
as
half the
mentioned-
word.
As soon as you mentioned slurs, my ears perked up. I'm like,
I'm an expert in this field.
You might need to explain it to me because
I haven't been on the internet long enough, okay?
I haven't heard
that one.
Me neither.
Gotcha.
I was like, I went, no.
I've never heard of that one.
Oh,
What was that?
I don't know.
You got Google over there,
I
right?
would totally run into that, not knowing that's a.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I
Well, none of
wanna
you have been
say
to
it now
prison,
'cause
so
I
you
have
wouldn't
no
know.
I count my lucky stars for that.
For 50 says, hi, FNT. What about the hot dog in New York City's Times Square? Love you guys. What? Oh, was it?
It was.
Oh, there was
something
like a
about,
massive-
like,
Was it
a
the big
message
hot
about
dog?
toxic it was a big
Oh.
hot dog, and
Yeah.
someone accused it of being a message of toxic masculinity or some crap.
Sure. Hell yeah. It was like a huge hot dog. right?
Yeah. And
You're like,
to
I
just
see
let
dicks everywhere. It's a problem.
because a hot dog is a bit like a penis. And
What?
That, just to let everyone know. Yeah.
No more
Or
obstacles
it's not-
here.
gender equality.
I love it when the Mormon explains things.
I know.
Sophie B.
what?
Powerhouse. What was that?
I was just asking if Lauren knew that a hot dog was actually sometimes looked at like a penis.
I
Just,
actually I have heard
you-
that it is
you
a
have.
phallic
Mhm.
food.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
what do you take on your hot dog, Shad?
Mustard and ketchup.
Relish.
So we don't call it
chopped
ketchup, we call it-
onions.
No. We call it tomato sauce.
Tomato.
Tomato sauce is something different.
Yeah, that's not the same as
It's
ketchup.
the same.
What the
in
fuck is wrong with
Australia,
you?
It's synonymous. We don't
He's
use-
Australian. Leave him alone.
He's Australian,
Yeah.
dude.
We're a special breed over here that we like to be oppressed by. our
That's a
government
big hot
and-
dog.
That's a pretty big hot
So
dog.
big.
That's a pretty big hot dog.
Too big.
That's retarded.
If you all want to see a fantastic Kingdom Come suit, it is unironically the one from the CW Crisis arc. Look up the picture of Brandon Routh as the stunt double. That suit and Routh in it looked freaking fantastic, regardless of the CW overall. It looked pretty
okay.
good.
Looked okay.
Yeah, it looked good. We talked about it. I want to say Lois and Clark, but Superman and Lois, this last Superman show, that early Max Fleischer suit he was wearing looked pretty good too. It's better than a bunch of fucking little dots and lines and like seams,
Geometric patterns.
Yeah,
and
on
texture.
I fucking
and
hate
shit.
that.
I feel like you'd have to do it if you wanted to do it with an old school looking Superman suit like that. I feel like you'd have to make it a period piece, which I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that. I think that would work.
I think
But
it'd be
just
great.
feel like I think if that's the vibe you're
movie.
going for, I think that's the approach you should take.
No, the CW Superman suit that looks good. The Kingdom Come one. That's decent.
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah. Unfortunately, it was on CW, a network that never made a single penny. Linko Kenobi, 1078 for 50. Had to figure that out for a second. What's up, Gary? Hey, I read there is a Lord of the Rings animated movie coming out this year. Yes, War of the Rohirrim. What are your thoughts on this? It's the one movie I'm looking forward to the most this year, above all others. More
than House of the Dragon?
That's not a movie, though.
It's not a movie. House of the Dragon.
Who cares?
Okay, War of the Rohirrim and House of the
Right,
Dragon are the
established
two
he's
things
retarded.
I'm looking forward to the most, above Wolverine and Deadpool, by the way. I am really excited for House of the Dragon. Alex Baldwin.
That's what Jay calls him.
Alec Baldwin's finger. He never misses, but I do. Gifted 15 Nerdrotic memberships. Hail for $250.
What up, ABF?
Oh, hell.
Alec Baldwin's finger was last seen slapping the phone out of a black crackhead's hand.
Yeah. And everybody was on Alec Baldwin's side for that one. That's how bad she was.
I wasn't fucking two retards fighting. I don't give a shit which one of them ends
cripple
up
fight.
hurt.
Technique. He's like, can you do something for
Cripple
me?
fight.
Come on. That's good stuff.
Justin Martins for 50.
Justin, what's up?
Hey, Lauren. Love seeing you on FNT again. Caught your debate with the Crucible. Well done. Nice seeing the proper message get out there for a change. Just my own headcanon. But would love to see Andrew Wilson on FNT for some good old nerd debates.
Thank
I
you.
don't know who that
Who'd they say?
is. Andrew Wilson?
Wilson? Don't know who that is.
Like the actor?
No, he has another channel. He does the Crucible channel. You could check him out. He is gruff, is how I would describe him. But I think he is
Not the actor.
Nice. We'll have to look into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Justin. Disco Cobra 2013 for $100. Not worried about any of this bull stuff. Just wondering when the Man Bun song is being produced. I will be calling Dan on Sunday with my lyrics. So how it's being done, well, you don't want to know how the sausage is made. You really don't. But it will be the greatest song you ever heard. Okay, and Dan will make the most money off it that he's going to make off of any song. Fuck that Witcher song. He's going to make money off of this song.
Might get a little heat.
Might get a little heat. By the way, he's still not at 1 million subs, fucking loser. How long does it take for Dan Bass to make a song? Well, fucking A. How wasn't he supposed to do a Bon Jovi song to kind of rub it in my face towards the end there? We're still waiting for that. He's too busy sitting on a whalebone and fucking around playing vintage video games, which I'm really glad he decided to do because he should have beaten me.
Dude,
so many opportunities. He could have dropped a lot of songs.
The video you put up was so fantastic. The race to 1 million.
Yeah.
The shit was amazing. That's the most accurate thing I've ever seen.
He was way ahead of me at one point.
I know.
And I just chucked along.
All he had to do was like 1 or 2 songs, and it would
Fucking
have been
one song. It would have been over.
Ken, if he didn't hear,
I know.
Dan, I like you, but you screwed up. You gave it away, man. Disappointed.
It's fucking lazy.
Coming from a fan.
Yeah, here we go. Right
Oh,
here.
this is a great video.
We're gonna get hit for this.
Mute it. Just mute it. I've played it. If you mute it, it won't.
Okay, there's like music and stuff. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is it, pretty much.
That's it.
And the face Gary's making is perfect.
That's exactly.
That's my resting face.
I mean,
it comes off as concentration, but it's actually confusion. So,
what's great about if you've ever met Gary in real life, that's how he walks normally as well.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my god.
Look at that.
He goes from like confusion to hey.
I did it.
Dan,
Also,
right where he's standing still.
I like how the little turtle smiling afterwards.
Yeah.
Hey, I did it.
Also, Lauren and X-Ray Girl are the smartest on this panel. Yes, because they are Asian, and because the rest of us are completely fucking retarded, dude. So, thank you.
Low bar.
Low bar. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up there. So, and we're gonna go around the horn. I gotta go review some Doctor Who. I'm sorry, Nurse What. We're calling it Nurse What now. So, what do you got coming up? Comics division.
Well, I'm wrapping up a project, and I'll be back to creating content next week. So, who knows what I'll be talking about? It just depends on what's blowing up next. Also, go check out comicsdivision.com and you can get a cool shirt like this. Freedom's always on the right side of history. And as always, great hanging out with you guys. Good seeing you again, Lauren. And see you guys next week.
Thanks, Comics. What about you, Garrett?
Hey, normal world, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we had a lot of great guests. We went out to the Outsiders house, the movie The Outsiders.
That was awesome.
Yeah, we did an interview with Danny Boy. It's not out yet, but it's coming out.
I've seen the pictures.
Nice.
I've seen the pictures.
Dude, it was a great time. talking with him and going over all that stuff. We had an ex-porn star on the show, and my ass came out. So if you want to watch the show,
hold on.
Whoa. Excuse me.
Wait, female or male?
That was female.
I don't fucking know.
I just had. Thank you for asking that.
Just to clear
Thanks
that up.
for the
So
clarification.
Go check it out.
I love the Outsiders movie so much. I think it's stay gold.
I've
Pony
come to
boy.
like have a really good appreciation for it going through that interview. So can't wait to get that out.
Francis
and
Ford
have everybody
Coppola,
watch.
man. Rumblefish was good too. So there you go.
Tim Reiner.
Thanks. That's right. Thanks, Garrett. Chad.
So there's something I don't understand. Because look, I like katanas, but I've also been very critical. I've ragged on them a lot because they're overhyped. And for some reason, people just keep sending me more katanas, Gary. Like heaps of katanas. And
Welcome
recently,
to the internet.
I got sent the most expensive katana I've ever received. Do you want to guess how much it was?
How much?
$3,500.
$7,000.
3,000.
Holy crap! Somebody sent you that?
Wow.
Someone sent me. Do you want to see it? I got it right.
Yes.
Do it.
Yeah,
Show
I'll
it
go
off,
grab
man.
it. I'll be back in a
Whip it
sec.
out, Shad.
Someone else do an intro, but I'll show you.
Whip it out, Shad.
So
Wonder if it means 3,000 Australian, because that ain't shit.
Yeah. It's going down. What do you got coming up, Ryan?
Nothing. More of the same. Good to be here on another FNT. 301 down. So now we're actually getting it together this time.
Getting it together. Oh yeah. We got a big announcement next week too, by the way.
Oh shit.
Yep, that's right. Oh, look at that.
Ooh, that looks cool.
You're like a samurai, dude.
It has this is silver.
Oh, that is
It's
awesome.
got silver fittings. Look at the detail of this wrap.
Holy
right?
crap.
It kind of
This is
looks
actually-
like the ones you get at like Dave and Buster's for 100 tickets or
Or
whatever.
Chinatown. It looks like the Chinatown one that falls apart in your hands by the time you get home.
Well, this is the
Or
thing,
like a
right?
mall sword.
Yeah.
Like the most expensive one I've ever been sent. It's a Taitsuki katana. It's valued at $3,000. It's made out in a very traditional way with 3 grades of steel. And we've recently done a review on it. And something happens, Gary, and I'm not taking it out of it because I can't. You got to watch the review on Shadiversity.
Is there a blood stain on it?
I can't say. But
Save
would
it for
you
the
expect?
video.
Would you expect a $3,000 katana? That should just be indestructible. Would you think that? Would that be your
Oh,
assumption?
you'd think that.
That would be my assumption.
Yeah.
I bet I could break it.
Yeah. Well, just wait for the review to drop in a week or two because yes, stuff happens. And then guess what? Someone's sending me another katana, Gary. Do you want to guess how much this other one's worth?
$4,000.
$35.
$7,000.
5.
5 what?
Oh.
I don't know why they're sending them to me. I always break them. But anyway, fine. All right, I'll take them.
Maybe they'll find a good one.
Entertainment.
Yeah, it is fun.
People.
Like, if anyone wants to send me swords, they can because I'm a whore. If you get to ask me now,
Wow.
do I want a sword?
He's
Yes,
a
I want a
sword
sword.
You want
I
to
will
swallow the
take
sword?
Yeah, he wants all them swords. He wants to collect
Exactly.
them all.
If you get to offer me a sword, I'll take a sword.
What do you got coming up? Okay.
I heard you're a sword swallower.
Oh my god.
X-Ray Girl.
Extra Girl everywhere. Tomorrow, Saucy Saturdays. Probably going to play some Stellar Blade in the morning. And there is one more super chat down below. I think you should read it because I can't do it as well as you do.
Oh, I speak retard better than you. So there you go.
Thank you.
Fear the Tardo for 50.
Fear the Tardo.
Hi, Lori Ben. Tardo apologize for try and send super chat during show with Reggie. Apparently, Tardo too inappropriate for show. Promise won't do in future. That be said, still want to know if drink as much as sex paid girl. If Asian thing, lock it in. Yay.
He's Reggie. Gary's Reggie. I am sex paid girl.
Yeah.
And you are Lori Ben.
And do you drink as much as X-Ray Girl? You'll drink a lot of alcohol.
I don't know.
No, you don't, Lori.
No,
No,
she doesn't.
I can answer that for
Ryan,
you.
maybe Ryan. Maybe
Nobody
Ryan.
here drinks as much as X-Ray Girl. Not even fucking Ryan.
Yeah, she's
okay.
yeah.
I don't
Ryan's
drink at
maybe a
all.
close
Maybe
second.
Chris Gore. By the way, Chris Gore was back on his live
was.
stream today.
Hey!
He's back. Frank is back.
Drake is back.
Drink the pink.
You can start your Chris Gore impressions right now. Let's go. Esmeralda.
Can he say I am the law? Can he say,
Oh,
he's
maybe
gotta
you
do
should.
that.
I am the
Oh,
law.
yes,
I am the law.
Yeah, he's got to do that. He's got to do that.
Jeremy, what do you got coming up?
Copracast tonight. I'm going to talk about a business owner. Not a lot of people have heard about this story, but there's a business owner in New York currently going through a court trial. His name's Donald Trump, and we're going to be talking about that and probably talk about Chris Cuomo tonight too. But that's about it. Yeah, what a fucking clown.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be happening tonight. And of course, Geeks and Gamers videos. I got 2 more coming out tonight.
And
maybe three.
Wow. Look at you, little guy. Keep doing it.
Videos?
Making videos?
I'm making a lot of fucking videos lately. Something crazy happened on the channel when I started making videos.
You started gaining subs again.
Started gaming subs. It's crazy
I
how that
know,
works.
That's weird, right?
I know,
you
it's
do
so
better
wild.
when you make content. I
I
don't like
know.
that.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
That's definitely how it works.
Yeah.
Just make content and you'll get subs. It's guaranteed, guys.
And once again, we'd like to thank Lauren Chen for trying to class up the place and completely failing again. But, you know, you did the best you could. It's not your fault. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's been a lot of fun as always. And actually, Gary was recently. I interviewed him on my channel. You guys should check it out. And if you want to go to Lauren Chen, that's my commentary, social, political issues channel. This week. No, hang on. This coming Wednesday, I'm actually talking to that Star Wars girl. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And on my Mediaholic channel, apparently I got to review Doctor Who. I didn't know it was coming out this soon, but I'm also going to be reviewing Acolyte when that comes out. So yeah, subscribe to see me watch terrible things and subject my dad to them as well.
Oh,
yeah.
Props to Dad, by the way.
Have fun with the Disney Star Wars shit. Oh my God. Ugh.
Be
It's
ready.
like-
I
It's
think
rough.
that chat was right about elder abuse, Laura. And
Yeah,
the fact that you made him watch Bros.
They thought I was mean to old people.
I
And then
know,
they heard what
right?
Lauren does
That's
to her
next
dad.
level.
Yeah.
And it's great because he doesn't he's such a normie, so he's just really confused. Why is everything gay?
What is
and
happening?
Well,
He's like,
yeah,
he's like,
if I was
where, he's
watching
like,
a
where
random-
is, it's like, where is Scooby Doo?
We'll watch the $6 million
gay
man.
porn just started to appear. I'd be confused as well.
Thanks again, Lauren.
There is one more super chat. It's from Buster Nut Smash.
Buster Nut Smash for 50.
No message.
No message.
Just smashed and walked away.
Just busting some nut smash.
Ew.
Smashing some nut buster? I don't know.
Ooh.
It's a great way to end it.
Yeah, good end, yeah.
Good ending.
That's good.
Hey, we got a video coming out. I made Garrett work on it till almost 5 in the morning, and then I said, we're not going to release it today. Sorry, bud.
That was like,
you son of a bitch.
That's a power move. You were just doing it to just show him who's boss. We
Pretty
know how
much.
that
Pretty
works.
much.
Yeah.
No, actually, I fucked something up, so I couldn't fix it in time.
That is more believable.
That is and it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
No questions. I accept the answer. Yep.
So join me on Nerdrotic Live in about God, I don't know how long the episodes. There's 2 fucking episodes. Hopefully they're 45 minutes, so a couple hours. 8:30 Central. I'll be over there live. And thanks everyone for joining us. Thanks to the Modrotics. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat and donation. You helped keep the lights on. Thanks to the lurkers. And thanks to everybody who participated in the chat. We will see you next time. Who do we have next week, X-Ray Girl?
Danica.
Danica,
Hey.
Comic Book Girl 19 returns. And we'll talk about X-Men 97, and I will be the only one who will have watched it.
I'm gonna watch it between now and then because I've heard good stuff.
I'll get caught up.
It's actually good.
That's what I've heard. So
That's what I heard. I had to react to my own video.
I saw
roast
that
myself.
I saw that. That is the most Jeremy of Jeremy moves, and I
Dude,
love it. And
listen,
I'm here for
if
it.
you're looking for anything other than pathetic, low tier quality, Geeks and Gamers ain't for you. It's all we are. Low tier as fuck.
No, I just believe you've raised the bar because of Tuesday night's main event. We want that quality every time.
All the time now.
You can't be good. They're
That's
always
gonna
going
get
to
me in
want it.
trouble, pressuring me to top or duplicate that Tuesday night's main event. That was a wild one, but
That was so fun.
we got plans for some good stuff though, for sure.
Take it easy, everybody.
Yeah, shut up.
We need to stop the show.
Shut
I'll eat your ass.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
ダメダメ